we go. Travis Rogers, DeMarco Farr.
The far side. You ready for the far side?
I'm in the far side.
You're in the far side.
Go.
Welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. So let's get to the fun, shall we? The Travis and DeMarco Show right now.
Yeah! It is a good point. I'm full of them, DeMarco.
You're full of what?
Good points.
Oh, good points today.
What do you mean?
Okay,
What do you
I don't
mean,
know. You said
What do you
full of
mean,
them. Yes.
Good points.
Yeah, how's dry January? Come on.
Dude.
Tell me about it. Dry January.
Okay.
Yeah. How you doing? You hanging
Doing
in
all
there?
right. Yeah. I mean, look, it's 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
I'm fine. But now you put me in a spot that I don't even want to start. Here's
on.
what's going on with me.
Yes.
Okay.
I love to hear this.
I'm not going to bore everybody with the
Tell me how hard it
minutia
is.
of my days. However, every other Wednesday,
Yep.
I weigh myself.
Yes.
Okay, it's just a way for me to kind of check in with myself to make sure I'm not going in the wrong direction.
Today is Wednesday.
Today is the second Wednesday.
Okay, right.
2 Wednesdays ago, it was January 1st, as it turns out.
Yes.
I stepped on the scale and I had a bad number.
You told me you were 8 up.
I was.
You said 10.
Six.
6 up.
Six.
Okay.
Six and change.
6 up.
And it was on the heels of the holidays. It was on the heels of me taking a long weekend in Palm Springs
Yes.
with some buddies. There was a lot of good times
The opposite
going on.
of dry January.
Yes.
In the scheme of things, 6 pounds is not.
It's not the end of the world.
No.
So-
Hold on now.
so-
That's horrible.
so-
that is terrible to be up 6. But
So
go ahead.
January 1 rolls around. I'm like, oh, man, okay, I'm going to get back on the horse.
There you go.
And part of getting back on the horse is I'm going to make sure that I'm going to do dry. I did it last year, and
Yeah, yeah.
I'm going to do it again this year.
Dry January.
Yeah.
Started January 1st. We're done.
January 2nd. I went to the Rose Bowl on January 1st. So
you owe me a day. Okay.
today. I got to get to February 1st. Yeah.
Okay.
I
You
owe
owe a
you
day.
one.
All right.
I owe you one.
Do you empty in the house or
No,
do you?
okay.
Okay.
I don't have that.
Okay.
I can. You can have a beer in front
You
of
don't
me.
go Denzel in flight, throw
Nah,
everything down the toilet.
The amount
Okay.
of wine bottles you have from that subscription service.
Yeah,
is
that would be very
difficult.
expensive.
That's what I'm saying. I was
going
going to ask that. You pour them in the pool? What?
No.
Okay.
So today's the next one, and I had a good morning this morning, DeMarco.
Yeah.
And here's where I had a bit of a conflict in my brain. I'm sleeping great.
Uh-huh.
Exercise. I'm clear-headed, boy.
Talk to me. Yeah.
Feel good. I wake up in the morning. I'm feeling good. Like I'm ready to attack the day. I don't wake up like, ugh. I'm like, okay.
You feel good.
I'm rested. I'm clear-headed. I'm ready to go.
What have we learned?
My body is functioning as it's supposed
Yes.
to instead of doing something multiple times a day. But just one, bam.
You're
done.
not busting blood vessels in your brain?
Let's go.
Okay, yes.
Everything's great. I can't wait to start drinking again.
Come on.
So
Wait, dry January, feel great.
Yeah.
What is that telling you?
I know that drinking is bad, DeMarco. I'm fully aware. It's bad for my body. It's
I'm
bad
not
for
telling
my mind.
you. Your body's telling you.
I cannot wait to get back to it.
Why?
Because
That doesn't make
fun.
sense.
Have you
It's
dabbled in
fun.
any of like the sober, so like the non-alcoholic beers or like?
So I was
some
I feel
cocktails?
great. I'm going to the bathroom. I'm eating. I'm clear-headed. This is all
I've
good.
been
Why?
eating really well too.
Yes.
You're very no is the answer, but I have two trigger. Playing golf is a trigger.
Okay.
Okay. So I haven't played golf. Right?
Stop playing golf.
Stay away from the golf course because
Yeah.
I'm not going to go to the golf course and not have.
They will
Stop playing
have
golf.
Athletic brewing. I know they have
I know.
non-alcoholic
I've
beer.
tried it. It doesn't quite do the same thing. And the other thing is cooking. When I'm cooking, I want to have a glass of wine. I
Yeah.
want to have old fashioned. I want to have something that I'm sipping on while I'm making the food.
Okay.
So I've been cooking a lot the last 2 weeks because I'm trying to, calories and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm getting the good glass, the crystal heavy bottom
tumbler?
glass. The tumbler. I'm
Yeah.
putting good, I got an ice fetish. I've got good ice in the house.
Okay.
I'm putting good ice in the house. I'm rimming the glass with a lemon, so I got a little lime. It's pretty. It's, a good glass bottle Topo Chic. Not even close.
Are you trying to trick yourself?
Yeah,
You're
it
trying
ain't
to
working.
trick yourself. Oh my God. Well, do push-ups or something.
That
Do
sounds
push-ups, do sit-ups, do crunches. Come on.
I just cook
Everything
more.
in your life says
I know.
cut
it's good.
this out.
I'm gonna drive.
You're
home.
up when you drink. You're down when you're not. You walk 14 miles in a blink.
I felt great.
You felt terrific. Could do it again the next day.
Do you know what would have made that 14-mile hike even better?
What?
A couple of cold beers.
Look
at
at
the
you
end.
at the end. Come on.
Couple
Come
of-
on.
You tell there. You know what?
Yeah.
There's a bar on the way back. Like
What?
from where I parked my car to where I'm going back, could have swung in, had a couple of colas.
You should go until you don't feel that way anymore.
I know.
You should go until you don't have that craving.
Question 2.
Take it all the way out, fight your way through it, and tell us every day how you're feeling.
Look, like I said, I feel great. Only I want to feel less great.
Do you think
because I want to feel?
Do you think he can go 2 months?
I think he can.
Yeah,
I
could.
mean,
What about
February's short
6?
anyway?
What about 6 months?
6 months is hard.
6 months is
Yeah,
hard?
6
Okay,
months is
4.
hard. Think about it. It's been 2 weeks and he's already.
How much
feeling
would you
nice.
put on that? How much would you put on that?
So he can go 2 months?
That he can go 6 months.
Nah.
If he
he's
makes
not.
it
He's
6
not.
months, he
He's
gets
not.
10 grand.
Oh, I could do that in my
yeah,
sleep.
without
Yeah?
getting-
No?
Oh, yeah.
Anybody? You
I
think
can do-
so?
Oh,
What about a
grand?
year
No,
for
you-
20?
I like money.
What
I like
about-
drinking, but
what
I like
about a
money
year
too.
for 20?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah? Easy? Anybody want some of that? No? Yeah.
Not at all.
I'll put it up there
Yeah.
for 1 year. Can't drink 1 year. And you
20.
have to document on the air every day. Think about it.
Let me think about it.
Oh, you've been
I
on the
got
scale
a couple of trips planned this year that are.
There you go.
They're golf based.
Come on.
They're. There's a lot going
Have
on.
you been on the scale ever since? Those 6 pounds?
Yeah, I did it this morning.
And is
It's
it
good.
back
I had
to
a
normal?
good, and then some.
Okay.
I had a good couple of weeks.
So you can
You're
have
down
one.
2.
I'm down
Good
2
for
from
you.
the up 6.
Think about where you would be if you would have started earlier. You might be down 10.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
But guess what? Those
What?
2 weeks, the end of December, I had a good time.
You had a good time.
I had
Yeah.
a really good time.
I love it. I
Yeah.
love it. I love it.
On your
Yes.
14-mile hike, that was what, 3+ hours?
3:35 to be
Just
specific.
your own company?
Yes.
Nothing in your ears?
Nothing.
No earbuds?
Oh,
nothing
really?
at all?
No music?
No.
Wow. Good for you.
Just this.
Okay.
I might have to drop that bet to $5 grand.
I
You
like-
got some mental strength
I
there.
like to check in with myself on those hikes.
Well, you talk to yourself?
Yeah.
Okay. Just have like out loud dialogue or just
Occasionally
in your head? Yeah.
Like when it get honestly when it gets hard, I will like when I'm doing a
curse?
steeper. Yes,
curse? Yeah.
Of course.
Get your effing blank
let's go.
butt up this hill.
That
go
good talk.
faster.
I got
Go
you.
faster. Yeah,
I do that. People think I'm a derelict sometimes.
we
I
both
know.
things can be true at the same
I
time.
keep forgetting I'm talking to myself.
No, I am, and I because you know it feels pretty good.
What?
Quitting until you quit, and then you're like, that's
sucks.
why did I do that? Yeah.
1 year. 1 year. 1 year.
Not this year.
20K. 1 year.
Not this year.
20K.
We got stuff
You can
going
do
on.
it. You can do it.
How
Come
was Raw
on.
last night?
Raw was good. Raw was good. I like it. I missed the Tiger Woods golf though. I forgot about it because I
almost texted
I
you
got
to tell
sucked
you.
into wrestling.
Yeah,
it
I
was
almost
cool.
look. I'm not a wrestling fan,
Yeah.
but I guarantee you had more fun watching wrestling than I did watching the Tiger thing.
Okay, I would rather have watched Tiger. If you would have told me, I would have watched that instead of Raw.
Here's the TGL was on ESPN last night, and it was Tiger's team's debut. He's on Team Jupiter with Max Homa and Kevin Kisner. I love golf. I love Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods is one of my all-time favorite athletes
Is
to
he
watch.
boring to talk to?
He's not particularly interesting to listen to.
Like
but-
Brady. Okay.
Yeah, a little bit like Brady.
Brady.
I think he's a little more interesting than Tom Brady. He's wildly guarded. He really is not letting anybody. He's been a little better as he's gotten a little older. But you just put your finger on the problem. Number one, the stakes of this thing we haven't quite figured out yet. Like, what are we playing for? Like, I know what to win the U.S. Open means.
Yeah.
I know what to win the Masters means.
I thought it was money. No.
Yeah, but they're all rich already. What do I care if I watch a rich guy get a little
But
richer?
I thought that's what's at stake is money.
But that
football
is
players are rich. They're playing.
Yeah, but winning the Super Bowl is a big deal.
It's historic, yeah.
Getting to the playoffs is a big deal.
Yeah.
Winning a playoff game is a big deal. Like, it would be like if they only played for money and there was no tournament at the end. It would just like, it's like, okay, do I really
the
want-
rich guy got more money.
yeah,
That's no fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
And there's that. I don't quite understand the stakes, but the bigger part, I think, is what you said is these are professional golfers. And look, Max Homa is on Tiger's team. Max Homa is a really funny guy on Twitter. He's got a personality, but when you're asking them to entertain you for a couple of hours,
part of this is a TV show.
Yeah,
you got to keep
and
my
it's
interest.
It's just they're not captivating personalities necessarily, and the golf it's hit into it's just bizarre.
I want to see
I
it
really
once.
want to like it.
I want to see it once just to see Tiger and the golfers that I know do it.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll get to know and get up. That's why I want to go to spring training with you because I
yeah.
want to get up closer to the guys so I
get
can meet
that.
them.
The best part
But
of
if
last
it's
night.
boring, I have no interest.
Put it to you this way. Here was the highlight of last night's the thing that was all over socials, and it was the one thing that was genuinely funny. They've got this green that's artificial, but it has real sand bunkers along, so you have to hit bunker
It
shots.
doesn't look cheesy?
No, no, it doesn't look cheesy at all. It actually looks really cool. But Kevin Kisner, professional golfer, he bladed it coming out of the sand, and he hit a rocket across this arena that hit the stick and ricocheted off.
Oh, yeah.
Like it was a shot that you and I would hit. It was a
make you feel good about golf hit.
And all of the other guys, these pros, started laughing at him. That was funny. That was funny.
That's what I'm tuning in for.
That will not happen again.
I want to hear that it's unfiltered or they have to be PG.
It's ESPN, so it's PG, maybe PG-13.
Well, McAfee's pushing the
it's
envelope.
golf.
I want to hear the real stuff when they hit a bad shot.
Go to a tournament.
Go to a tournament? Okay. But that's what I'm hoping this turns into. That I would be all for. I love that. I love the behind-the-scenes stuff.
I've watched both weeks, so I'm contradicting myself a little bit. I have watched it both weeks.
Yeah.
But it's not one of those, you're not drawn in. It's kind of passive watching.
Okay. Wrestling, let me just throw this.
Yeah.
Rhea Ripley, somebody get her a manager quickly. Yeah.
Is she a wrestler?
She's got aura. She can wrestle.
Okay.
But when she opens her mouth to speak, it all goes away.
What happens? Why is she?
It's just same with Brock Lesnar. They just stand there and look menacing. And when I leave the ring, kick the guy's butt. That's and we'll show up in droves to see you. Same thing with Rhea Ripley. Yes. Yeah. Just don't say a word. Yeah, please don't speak. Ronda Rousey, same thing. Stand there, be mean. When I leave, kick butt. Don't say a word.
It's a hard look. The physicality of it all,
Yeah.
to wrestle or to play golf or whatever it is, that's part A. But to be engaging,
To talk and connect and to draw money.
it's just as important,
Boy.
and it's not easy to do.
It's the reason some guys have jobs, and it's the reason some people and most people do not.
Yep.
For her, please, I hope you book her properly. Get her a manager. Get somebody else to speak for her.
All right, so do you guys know the show Traitors? It's a reality show. It's a reality game show. on
Traitor
Peacock.
like a traitor to your country, or traitor like you swap things?
Traitor like a traitor to your country,
Okay.
but it's supposed to be like. So basically, it's like, have you ever played the game like Mafia or like,
Oh, yeah.
so it's basically that, but on
Yeah.
TV, and they play with all these
a fun
celebrities
game.
from reality shows. Okay, so one of the people on the contestants on the Traitors this season is called Nikki Garcia, WWE.
Okay?
Tell me about her. What do I need to know about her to help me know how she might be on the show?
No idea.
You don't know who she is at all?
I do.
Oh, that feels
God,
like there's
that's-
more
what
I
is her
information.
feel like
character
it's a
like?
trap question.
Why?
I do. I
So
have
what
no
is her
idea.
character like on
I
the
cannot
show?
help you with that. I know who
Is she a
is.
heel or is she a?
Yeah.
Depends.
Is she a jabroni?
We're in a weird spot with wrestling right now. They introduced a new belt last night for the women, first time, Intercontinental belt. So it's a mid-level belt
the
to world
ICB.
champ. Correct. So it's a mid-level. So we're in a weird spot. So I don't know everything there is to know about the ladies wrestling
I
right
just
now.
didn't know if she was like she's a
Do
big
you
star.
like? Do you like her?
She's barely on it. I just
Okay.
didn't know if I should be like worried if she's gonna be super tricky character to get, or if she's gonna
I
be
don't
someone
think so.
everyone likes.
Yeah.
Is she gonna be mean? Is she gonna be conniving? Anything about her? Nothing?
No.
Got
With
it.
wrestlers,
Great.
who knows? It depends on the night. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, a little bit of Laker logistical news very quickly. This from Dave McMenamin. The Lakers have moved their February 11th game against the Utah Jazz to February 10th. So the game against the Jazz goes from the 11th to the 10th, and they have rescheduled their postponed game against the Charlotte Hornets for February 19th. That game, of course, was postponed because of the fires here in town. The team made that announcement. Tickets for the original Hornets game will be honored on February 19th. So the rescheduled Lakers-Spurs game will be announced at a later time, that according to the NBA. So one of the two Laker games that was postponed, they've already found a date for that. That'll be played on February 19th.
I was in a good mood, and you said the word.
We'll put that aside for a second.
I was in a good
you
mood,
came in
and you
today
said
on a
the
bit of
word
a
again.
Laker bummer. You just got to, you know what you got to do? You got to check out early with these guys because you came in with hopes and aspirations.
No,
I have a hope
I
and
can't.
aspiration for Philadelphia. For the
Eagles?
Rams. No,
Okay.
not for the Eagles,
Oh.
against the Eagles.
Bring it.
That's coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 15 days.
Look at you.
710 ESPN.
For ESPN LA contest rules, go to ESPNLA.com and click the contest button.
Hey guys, it's Sedano at Los Angeles International Airport. Changes are arriving daily to help reduce traffic, save travelers time, and transform the travel experience. The LAX economy parking structure is now open with thousands of smart parking spaces, as well as hundreds of EV charging stations. Modernized terminals have biometric gates for faster boarding, and in the future, the People Mover train will connect travelers to LA Metro. For more information, go to their website, flylax.com/transforminglax. That's flylax.com/transforminglax.
Hey guys, it's Cappy. You've heard me talk about my personal situation with my divorce and subsequent custody battle in the past, and I know that you need a team behind you to get the justice you deserve. My friend Mark Reel and his team at Real Fathers Rights are here to help you guys. Visit realfathersrights.com/710. That's REEL. realfathersrights.com/710 or call 323-870-1611. That's 323-870-1611. Real Father's Rights, the Father's Rights Attorneys.
Hey, it's DeMarco. I know a thing or two about Super Bowls. I've been there, won that. If you want to experience the big game like a pro, Absolute Sport has you covered. From premium tickets to exclusive parties to first-class accommodations, their Super Bowl packages are the MVP of the fan experience. Don't sit on the sidelines. Be a part of the action. Go to us.absolute-sport.com. That's ABSOLUT-sport to lock in your spot. Absolute Sport, it's how champions watch the Super Bowl.
Now's the time to shop limited-time doorbuster deals during Pro Savings Days at Lowe's. Save $50 on a Little Giant King Combo 6-foot ladder. Was $199, now $149. Plus, save $100 on a DeWalt XR 20-volt Power Stack 5-amp-hour battery. Was $199, now $99. Get these can't-miss deals now before they're gone. Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows pros. Doorbusters valid 1/13 through 1/15. Selection varies by location while supplies last.
Hey, fans! Welcome back to Fansville's Cheers and Tears. Oh. Okay, so everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football. It's a pepper thing.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. Now mornings, 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN. Your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
I feel good. I knew that I would.
I do get it. Everybody's got a price, Trav, for 1 year.
Yeah, you haven't hit mine
Everybody's got a price.
You're not on my street. You're in my neighborhood.
Yes, we're going to get there. 1 year. Whole year. Start to finish. 365.
Can I clean?
What? Just think. Imagine how you're going to feel and look and be thinking.
Yeah.
Come on.
No, you're not wrong about any of those things. You're not wrong
You
about
can start
any of
again
it.
after a year, but just give me a year. Let's document that. There's got to be a number out there.
I got a plan. I got a trip in February. I've got another one in June. I got stuff.
Yeah, you got stuff.
Oh, wait, Susan and I decided to make our Napa trip that we took right before the football season kind of a regular thing.
Do it dry.
Why go to Napa then?
Do it dry. Come on.
I'm going to go dry. I'm going to go to.
You can do it.
But I don't know. Barstow or something.
Maybe your buddy from the bourbon is going to be there.
Yeah.
It's like going to Kentucky and not having any bourbon.
Yeah, no.
Do it dry. Yes. Do everything you plan to do. Just don't drink. Everything.
I'm not going to today.
Go golfing and not drink.
We're going
Go golfing, not drink. For 1 year.
A transfusion at the turn.
200.
Oh, look! If you're offering, I will sign up right now.
We'll lock it up in a chest
sure.
in the studio. It'll be yours after a year.
All right. Call me a Rams fan and say, slow your roll here if you want.
Yeah.
Am I crazy? Because I truly believe this. I'm not saying that it's going to be easy or even that they will, but if the Rams beat the Philadelphia Eagles on Sunday, I think they're going to go to the Super Bowl. I really do.
Yeah.
I feel like, because let's say Washington pulls an upset, I think the Rams will beat Washington. They'll get it at home and everything.
I worry
comes
about
along
that
with it.
quarterback, though.
I do
really
too.
do.
I'm not saying it would be easy, but I feel like that would be a game that the Rams would be likely to win.
If I were matching fights, I prefer statues, not guys that can move.
Well, that's Jared Goff. And
yes.
the
Now
Rams,
you're thinking.
the Lions are really good.
Yep.
They got a ton of weapons. Their coach is a wild in the good way.
He's nuts.
Yeah. I feel like they're ripe to be had by the Rams. I really do.
The Lions.
Yes.
Yeah. I've been saying for a while that this team wants some get back with them. It's not over with the Lions. This whole run is not over. I wouldn't say it would put a cap or define the Stafford McVay era, but it means something if you can't beat Detroit.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. So you only get a couple of more cracks at this. That's what I'm saying. So I know
well, look, if they go into Philadelphia and get wiped up, then the Stafford in L.A. thing may come to an end quick.
Well, this is their Drago. This is their Clubber Lang. This is the end of the road. You got to fight the bear in the room. It's the Philadelphia Eagles. Most people have them penciled in for the Super Bowl, or at least the NFC Championship game. And the last time we saw them playing the Rams, Saquon Barkley had a field day on you.
He killed him.
Absolutely. It's like a Hollywood drama.
Yeah, he killed him.
Yeah. Mr. T beat Rocky in the first movie in the first fight, too.
Yeah.
And then you got to rally and come back. But I'll say this about teams. And Mike Jones, my old teammate, is going to come in.
Made the tackle.
And part of this is like teammates and being connected and how fragile that is when you have a bunch of guys that all feel the same way about one common goal. So about connectivity, this current Ram squad is as connected as any team I've ever seen or been around. Really? Now, will they make it? Will they cement it? Will they make it forever? Will they win a championship? I don't know. You got to go beat Philly first.
They do, and that's.
But they are connected. They are at least connected enough to be able to go do something like that.
You've got the shirt on.
Yeah,
you've got the Rams tee, the Together shirt, and yesterday you had the LAFD hat, and I watched Sean McVay's postgame speech in the locker room last night, and just, this is what we're about. We were built for this, and it's just Sean McVay is so good at that stuff, and it's just you could feel it in the room. It's not performative; it's real. And the team being connected, and the team.
There's zero dissension, man. It's true, and it's organic when a guy.
Is there any hangover though?
No, like what I said. Michael Hoyt is one of he's the emotional leader of this football team.
Sure,
it was the defense, now it's the football team, and it's organic. And when he speaks, they listen. There's no dissension. He's got something to say. He's communicating. They pick up on it. They all echo the same things going around the room. Mm-hmm. That's how you know a team is connected. So. As far as that's concerned, that's the hard part.
Let me ask a question, because I don't disagree that they're connected, that everybody is, for lack of a better word, they're a true believer, right? They believe in what it is that they're doing, what they're doing for the city, et cetera. There are moments where people can rise up to meet a challenge, right? And where all of a sudden something happens in the world, or maybe just in your own personal life, and it's like, okay, I can't get caught up in the emotion of this. I got to go to work.
Yeah.
I got to take care of this, and then I got to take care of this. I got to take care of this person. I got to make sure that this is done, this is done, this is done, this is done.
Yeah.
And you go into full work mode, and then you get to the event and you nail it. And then the next day happens, and it's like all of that emotion that you've been kind of pausing on for a while comes rushing back in. Is that a possibility?
So going to Arizona, you got to go win a playoff game against Minnesota. That was a challenge in itself. And then the reason you're in Arizona, because of the fires and everybody being displaced, and the reason you're moving to make sure those people that have lost everything, or the first responders, have a place to stay. That's why they moved. That's why the NFL, the Rams, made that choice. So you go down there, you win the football game, but the fires are still going. The fires are still burning. Winning for LA is a real thing with this football team.
Mm-hmm.
They literally feel like they put the city on their backs.
They did.
To distract, to whatever, to entertain. I said this before, a connected team that actually has a purpose is very, very dangerous. Very dangerous. So all the pundits, all the people picking it apart, saying the Rams are pretty good, they can go in and upset Philadelphia. All that's true from the X's and O's standpoint. They're also bringing a sense of purpose to Philadelphia, right? So this is what I agree with you. If they get through Philly, I don't think there's a team in this conference that beats them.
Yeah, I agree.
But here's the other problem. Getting through Philly. Getting through Philly, number one.
Yeah.
But if you do, what's going to be left of you? Because that's going to be a bloodbath. It's going to be an absolute physical battle up there.
I'm going to kind of rewind the tape here a little bit.
Or over there.
That the Lions and the Rams went 4-0 against the Vikings. The Vikings went 14-0 against everyone else. I don't think it's a coincidence that both times the Rams got to play the Vikings was on the heels of the Lions.
Yeah, right. Isn't that weird?
That they got them after the Lions both times. The Lions are not unlike Philadelphia.
Beat you up.
They're going to beat you up,
Yeah.
and you come out tenderized, for lack of a better word.
Yeah.
And
If you get through Philly and Detroit lines up, even if you're banged up, you'll suck that up.
I think so,
That's
too.
how bad they treated the Rams up in Detroit. And I can't emphasize that enough, the stuff that was coming off the sidelines.
The X's and O's that you're talking about, though, here's the thing. If we're ranking things that are most important in a football team, sense of purpose that you just mentioned, the Rams are going to check that box, right? Right now, they've got what's going on here. They've got the advantage in that category. Quarterback, I'm taking Matthew Stafford over Jalen Hurts. I am.
Okay.
I'm not saying that Hurts isn't good. I'm saying I'd rather have Matthew Stafford. Head coach, I don't think there's any question that you'd rather have Sean McVay than Nick Sirianni.
I would say this. I would say, depending on if you had both quarterbacks on one football team and you had them compete for the job, who would win?
Yeah.
I would say depending on offense would determine which guy. They're both very, very good at what they do.
They are.
Yeah.
I prefer Matthew Stafford, and I don't even say I want to prefer. Sean McVay's a better coach than Nick Sirianni. I'm not saying that Sirianni's bad or he's Sean McVay is going to dot his I's and cross his T's. He's going to be
I would take McVay. I think you could switch coaches, and they would. You give McVay that roster, you may be threatening an undefeated squad.
What's the Bum Phillips line? He'll take his and beat yours, and he'll take yours and beat his.
I think if you put Sirianni here, it would blow up.
I do too.
Yes.
The rest of it may tip Philadelphia's way. But those two most important things, coach, quarterback, purpose, I guess that's three things. I think the Rams check all of those boxes.
Yeah, and you're pretty healthy too. Outside of Akello Witherspoon, I haven't heard. I'll get to that.
The Higbee piece.
And Higbee getting hit in the chest. Like I said, if he's physically able to go, he's going to go. If he's remotely able to go,
but will he be effective? I guess is the question.
I'm sure he will for as long, just like Puka, for as long as he can go at that speed. He's going to go. He's going to give you everything he's got.
He was terrific.
You may have to pick him up with a spatula, but that's how it's going to go.
Did the Rams offense? I don't want to say stall. It didn't stall. Slow down in the second half because they chose to slow it down, to bleed clock, to just get the heck of it. Because the game was really not in question. But midway through the third quarter, the Rams kind of had that thing mostly salted away.
You guys play poker?
Yeah.
Poker? Anybody poker? Poker? Okay, so I don't know. You take a big pot off a guy. I'm taking this from Rounders. Now I chopped a leg off. All I have to do is lean.
Yeah.
Same thing in the NFL.
Yeah.
I got points. I got a lead. It's up to you to close the gap. I'm just trying to waste time and get out of here.
Because there was something in the offense that I think is missing.
Yeah.
That's something that they do need. If they're going to go into Philadelphia and win, it has to show up again. Tell you what it is next. It's Trav. It's DeMarco.
I hate when you do that.
710 ESPN. Speaking of the playoffs, Prize Picks. It is a great time to try Prize Picks. Right now, playoff time, now or never. Don't miss out on the last couple of weeks of football action with Prize Picks. Of course, it's the best place to win cash while watching the playoffs. And, well, by the way, you can play Prize Picks on basketball. You can play in the NHL. You can do college football. We've got one more game there. Prize Picks has got you covered for everything because, really, it's just picking more or picking less. And right now, you pick more, you pick less on those projections, and you could win up to 1,000 times your money. They're now offering MasterCard for quick and easy deposits into your account this sports season. What are you waiting for? I'm going to throw one more thing in there, too. When you use the promo code TRAV on Prize Picks, you put the Prize Picks app on your phone, you're signing up, use the promo code TRAV, they're going to give you $50 instantly when you play $5. That's code TRAV, T-R-A-V, on Prize Picks. You get $50 instantly when you play your $5 lineup. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It is guaranteed. Prize Picks, run your game.
If you're able, please help people affected by the California wildfires in 2025. Donate at redcross.org/ESPN. redcross.org/ESPN to help the Red Cross respond and help people recover.
I'm here with Dr. Monica Madden. Explain Invisalign to me, because I think when people see that word and they see the price tag, sometimes they get scared off, but it's actually a pretty big improvement. When I grew up, I had braces and I had those big metal brackets along my teeth. If I came to Beverly Hills Ortho in 2024, I don't necessarily need that metal, do I?
Yeah, absolutely. So I started out with braces only, and then Invisalign came along, and it's like putting a plastic tray on your teeth, switching it out every week, and all of a sudden, months into it, your teeth are much straighter. Now, it feels like putting a glove on your hand. It's so comfortable and it's easy. Like no emergencies, no pokey wires, no broken brackets. It's really straightforward and great.
Here's how you get in touch with Beverly Hills Ortho. Call this number, 877-7-LET'S-DO-THIS. That's 877-753-8736 or BeverlyHillsOrtho.com.
Bottom of the ninth, bases loaded, crowd rocking for Rotolo Chevrolet's top hitter, Mike Capozio. He's facing off with the Bulldog, and these two have quite the history. Here's the pitch. Oh, he got all of it. That ball is out of here like a red Corvette, and it's going and going and going. Yes!
Dad, are you having that dream again?
Come see what the fun is all about at Rotolo Chevrolet.
Accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
Winning matters, especially after an accident. At calljacob.com, we're here for you when you need a big win. After an accident, go to calljacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB.
That's the ease at which you get information. You want it, you get it. Like that. Ask your phone. Group chat. Smartphone. You're always connected and informed in real time. No waiting. So if you're diabetic and still using finger sticks to read your blood sugar, what are you waiting for? Knowing your blood sugar levels instantly is important for managing diabetes. Call US Med at 888-665-0696. To learn more about continuous glucose monitors, a real-time instant method to track your blood glucose, US Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 1,000 private insurers. And the best part? Call 888-665-0696 and we'll give you a free insurance benefits check today. So call 888-665-0696 today. That's 888-665-0696 and manage your diabetes as easy as...
This is the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Now weekdays 9 a.m. to noon on LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
Stop
wait,
laughing.
I got one question. Stop. How much would it cost for you never to drink again?
No, we're done. We're done.
Ever again.
We got to start having a conversation about beer.
Yes.
This is like trigger central.
I mean, I wish I could. I will not break the sanctity of the break talk, but
it's the sound, DeMarco. It really is.
How? Okay.
Wait, I was telling
if I said $1 million for you never to drink again. $1 million.
Yeah, I mean, of course, but
to never drink again that's it, forever.
What happens
done.
What happens if I slip up?
Then I take $2 million.
I don't. Well, you can't take a job that I don't have, so I'm not worried about that. You'd have to come up with a different penalty.
Oh my God! Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Yes.
Yeah. When they set it on the table in front of you, like a beer mug goes like this.
Okay.
An old fashioned kind of goes.
Like when you see someone that loves art and they're describing the art, that's what he was just describing, what it feels like.
When they put that martini glass on the table in front of you, it doesn't thud. It makes a very delicate tap when it hits the table, and it's still a little cloudy because the air hasn't completely come out of it.
Yeah.
There's still 2 fat olives floating on that toothpick.
That is poetry. Look, that is absolute poetry.
So good.
About a drink
back
being
into
served.
watching Mad Men, and they've never made alcohol or cigarettes look cooler than in Mad Men. Like, it's just like you're watching that, and it's like, oh my God.
Everything about the drinking in Mad Men, I'm like, yeah, I'm 100% into that. I've never been a smoker, so that one doesn't catch me right. But the idea of, think of it every day, DeMarco.
Yeah.
Every day. You and I are done with this show at 12:12.
Yes.
If we just sauntered downstairs and had a few martinis, not one, a few.
Yeah.
And
every
then
day.
like 4 cigarettes.
Right. That sounds. The cigarettes sound disgusting, but the martinis sound amazing.
$1 million. $1 million.
I bought.
I'll go to 5 years. You can't drink for 5 years for $1 million.
Done.
Really?
Well, no, I'd be done by my 60th birthday. I could still do it.
If you take a drink, I take everything. How about that? I give you $1 million,
That's
5
a big
years.
penalty.
You take one drink, I take everything.
I bought the box set of Mad Men as well, and what came with it came with 2
martini glasses.
Oh,
yes.
nice.
Yeah.
It came with 2 martini glasses with it. I'm like, it was an interesting packaging. I was just like, make sure the DVDs are okay. That's all I care about.
I gave Emily some barware for Christmas, and I am a big believer.
Yeah.
As you could probably, I don't think I have to convince you that this is true. The correct glass for your drink is essential to the enjoyment of said drink.
Okay.
That if you
it's
you're
like the right
best
club
wine
for
in
the
the world.
shot. Okay. It's like the right club for the shot.
Exactly right. Like
Yeah.
if you can have a martini in a crappy martini glass at some restaurants, but if you get the really heavy glass, or you have an old fashioned in a cut crystal glass, it's different than if like you poured it in a juice glass from your house. It's the exact same drink, but the experience is entirely
What if
different.
I served you a martini in a red Solo cup?
I drink it, and it would
Okay.
probably taste good, but
Okay.
it's not like getting
It's
it
not
in,
like that.
in a martini
Okay.
glass. It's a totally different experience.
Yeah, I was gonna say the best wine in the world out of a mug.
Yeah.
It's probably still gonna taste okay.
Yeah.
I'm looking for investors. This will be good. This will be good. I think we can do this.
All right.
Yeah.
The Rams going to Philly. Pregame show starts at 10
Yeah.
on Sunday morning. Kickoff is at noon. They got to deal with Saquon Barkley. They got to find a way to deal with him. Good luck.
That's physical, man.
Yeah.
You can do that. That's just accepting the challenge.
I think one of the ways you do it is by not letting him on the field, is by controlling clock, is by kind of taking the air out of the
trying to get
ball
him
a bit.
arrested.
No. Make Philly's defense have to be on the field a lot, and not that they don't have a good defense, they do, but. Dude, Cooper Kupp has to be involved.
Okay, so
he's too good of a player. I understand. He's not the guy that won a Triple Crown a few years ago. Guy's not here anymore. I understand that, and that's fine. He doesn't have to be that. But one catch, and it was a nice catch. I think it was 29-yard reception. It was a nice reception. Great catch. But it was one catch, one target. For the most part, he just kind of wasn't involved in what it was they're doing as far as the passing game. I know he blocks. I know he plays hard and all these things. But if you're going to beat the Eagles, we need to be in here on Monday saying, there's Cooper Kupp.
He played half the game. He did his job. He's hard-nosed. He'll go in there and block. He's unafraid. He's very vital to the offense. He runs it. The Rams do more motions and shifts than any other team in the National Football League.
Sure.
They demand a lot of that position, and he maxes that out. But Cooper Kupp needs to demand the football. Cooper Kupp needs to be that guy. He really does. He needs to be that MVP. And I get it, man. He's given everything to this football team. And I asked you guys this question months ago about if you had 3 statues to put up in front of SoFi.
Yep.
Just this run since they came back to L.A.
Aaron Donald, Sean McVay, and TBD.
If you had to remove Sean McVay, he's got his own.
Okay.
So you got Aaron Donald.
Yep.
Who's your other 2?
I have to have
3.
three.
A year ago, it was going to be Aaron and Cooper.
Yeah.
That has changed in 12 months. Really.
Maybe,
I mean, that has really changed in people's eyes in 12 months.
I'm not arguing with you.
It's odd. So, and then you get to the trade deadline in November, and his name came up. I'm sure that must have rocked him to the core, because all he's thinking is, I'm giving everything I can to this football team, and I help them win.
Mm-hmm.
I am part of this franchise forever. And then your name comes up in a trade rumor. That's got to shake you a little bit.
That to me, and I don't want to put words in your mouth, but
they don't love me as much as I love them.
The only word I can come up with is pouting. That's pouting. That's you hurt my feelings.
Yeah.
And like you said, am I going to block? Yes. Am I going to be where I'm supposed to be? Yes. Am I going to be a part of the offense? Yeah. I'm going to do all the things that I'm supposed to do. But that thing you were saying is, I'm going to demand to be. He used to do all those things too and be a big part of the offense. So it's not like you're saying, hey, we need you to do this instead of that.
Yeah.
You used to do this and that, and now we're just doing this.
Remember what I said about they're all saying the same things, and it goes around the locker room.
Yeah.
Okay, well, there's one last link in this chain, and it's him. He's got to be the guy that demands the football and will go the step beyond for his teammates, period.
Did he do that like when he was at his best? Was he doing that?
Everybody goes through it, especially star athletes, when you start to realize this is a business. Because before it's Cooper, I love you, I love the person. Then you become a tradable asset. We may trade you. That's because it's better for the football team. So they're all going through that. But what I'm saying is, you've seen people sit on the sidelines, read a book, and pout. You've seen guys take off their pads and leave.
He just likes to read, DeMarco.
He just likes to
how
read.
dare you?
But a lot of receivers, especially, go through this because there's only one football and there's 3 to 4 receivers out there, and you're not getting it. and it feels like the team is disconnecting from you, so you disconnect from it. But this is about your team and your teammates. They need you. If you want to get past Philadelphia, Cooper Kupp cannot have one target and one catch.
Yeah.
It's not going to be enough.
Couldn't agree more.
And you can't leave Puka Nacua hanging out to dry trying to do all the work.
He has to be a threat. He has to be somebody that's going to be
more than a
used.
threat.
Exactly. Yeah, I want to take that back. I didn't mean it like that.
Yeah.
He has to be somewhere where the ball is not only it might go, it is going. That helps Puka. That helps, assuming he's there, Higbee. It helps DeMarcus Robinson. It helps Kyron Williams.
Yes.
It helps everybody.
So with everything, like I said, putting the team, the city on their backs, you too. This is more than about how you feel about the now. When he said his quote was, "I'm going to be where my feet are at." I know what that means.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know what he's going through. Put that aside. Compartmentalize that. This is bigger than just that feeling.
I talked about this on my podcast this morning, Locked On Rams podcast, free and available wherever you get your podcasts. Never behind a paywall, and there's a YouTube component.
I love
if
how
you
you
want
do
to watch it. The ability, you've heard me say this before.
Yeah.
The ability of athletes to compartmentalize, I think, is just as important as being big, strong, and fast. I really do. The mental aspect of professional athlete, and it's that. It's, I don't care what happened yesterday. I don't care what's happening tomorrow. I got to do today.
Yeah.
That's not very human, right? We are, most of us, Emily, me, Jorge, you are professional athletes, so you fall into the other category. I am worried about what happened yesterday. Why did they do that? Why did they say that about me? I am worried about, hey, if I don't do, I get in 2 weeks, I got this thing coming up. I'm worried about that. You guys don't do that, and that is never more apparent than what they did last week with the fires and everything else and getting ready to go do it. But you're telling me that other what happened in the past is creeping in with him. I'm going to be where my feet are. That means you hurt my feelings. That means I am not exactly where I was prior to this information.
Yes. Now, that's all valid. Everybody goes through it. He's human. I'm not expecting anything of him that's I wouldn't expect of anybody else. But what's going on now and what you're facing coming up in Philadelphia? Like, this is a beast, a monster of a football team that you're going to have to play. You're going to need everybody, including you. And you're going to have to demand the football.
You know what else?
Demand the football, not with your mouth, with how you play.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. The stuff that we've been missing. Yeah, Cooper Kupp, the Triple Crown guy, does not go through a game with one target or zero targets.
Does he have that shot in his bag?
Of course he does.
I think so
Absolutely.
too. I think so
Yeah.
too. And you know
That's
what else
why
could
I'm
happen
talking
too?
about him.
If all of a sudden that does happen,
Yeah.
the exact opposite could start to happen on the other sideline, where all of a sudden, and I'll use him as the example because it happened last week, A.J. Brown is not getting what he wants, and he opens another book.
Right.
Only maybe this time it's something that there's a little back and forth. There's dissension. There's chirping. That, hey, why I need, and all of a sudden it's that noise that, hey guys, we got one goal in mind, and it's not this, right? We can deal with this some other time, but stop. And I think if the Rams get on them, I think the Eagles will slip into that mode. It feels like they've been close to slipping into it a couple of different times this year.
Well, I'll just say this about Cooper, and let me finish. You don't get a pass for checking out just because you're not outward with your disappointment by sitting there reading a book. Okay? You know what I'm saying? So
Sure.
A.J. Brown is demanding the football. Cooper Kupp, do the same thing. Absolutely. You are a key part of this offense, a key part of this run, a key part of this era. You cannot go out this quietly.
Short of verbalizing it, how do you do it?
With Cooper, get open.
Okay.
Period. End of story. Get open, make it obvious. Make your quarterback see you. Period. Make him come off 17, go back to 10. I am open. Demand the rock.
The Far Side coming up next is Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN. And let me remind you again that if you are able, please help the people affected by the fires here in 2025. Donate at redcross.org/ESPN. Here's that address again. It is redcross.org/ESPN to help Red Cross and their responses to helping people recover from these fires.
Steve Mason and John Ireland.
With the devastating fires that have struck Southern California, there are options for you if you're dealing with food insecurity. It is the LA Regional Food Bank. You can go to lafoodbank.org/fire. We are also looking for collections from you. all kinds of stuff needed for people that are dealing with the fire right now. Please join us in helping our friends and neighbors who are dealing with this tragedy.
And end the game or getting into an accident. Hey, it's Trav with DeMarco.
Only one all-star defense team you can call to defend you. The personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000.
Don't get sacked by others. Joseph will help you achieve the maximum compensation you deserve. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. That's 213-747-2000.
Let Joseph and his team score a touchdown for you.
Now's the time to shop limited-time doorbuster deals during Pro Savings Days at Lowe's. Save $50 on a Little Giant King Combo 6-foot ladder. Was $199, now $149. Plus, save $100 on a DeWalt XR 20-volt Power Stack 5 amp-hour battery. Was $199, now $99. Get these can't-miss deals now before they're gone. Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows pros. Doorbusters valid 1/13 through 1/15. Selection varies by location while supplies last.
Hey, fans! Welcome back to Fansville's Cheers and Tears. Oh. Okay, so like everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are like so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football, it's a pepper thing.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. Now mornings, 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN. Your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
You unlock this door with a key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension. A dimension of sound, a dimension of sight, a dimension of mind. You're moving into the land of shadow and substance, of things and ideas you've crossed over into the far side.
I'm in the far side.
You're in the far
Let's
side.
Go.
It is the middle ground between light and shadow.
Do you know what helped?
4 or 5 hour ride.
I jumped in the ocean. It helped.
Between science and superstition.
I gotta feel quick. I gotta feel quick. I gotta feel fast. I want to feel naked out there.
And it lies between the pit of man's fears and the summit of his knowledge. The far side.
A couple of Laker names. Austin Switched Reeves. How about that? No?
It's all right.
Rui Hatchie Useless? No?
You
Okay, never mind.
hate him.
I'm just mad. I'm
Not
mad.
the guy,
But that's not the far side.
Rui is the one that gets most of your heat.
That's not.
It's pretty funny.
I'm mad. I'm just mad right now. I'm picking
I
on
get it.
everybody.
Well, we'll get mad at 10 o'clock because
Oh,
I got lots of Laker things.
You got
I wanna
lots?
talk-
Oh, good.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
let's just get it all out.
Yeah.
I was thinking about teammates. Where's the top of my notes? First of all, I was so happy that Hogan got booed at that first Raw.
Okay.
I really was. And I was happy The Undertaker wasn't booed. It's not political. It's just one guy's a jerk and the other isn't. You know what I mean?
They're both on the same side of the political spectrum,
correct.
aren't they? Yeah.
People are. It's all politics. No, it's because this guy's a jerk.
Okay.
This guy's not. I can care less how you feel about certain things.
Yeah.
But it got me thinking about like teammates and relationships. And the older I get, the more trips around the sun, the more birthdays I collect. It seems like the only thing that is really connected forever are my teammates. Because I got pictures I can't put out in public anymore from weddings from people that have broken up. I can't put that. I can't show you that because that relationship is done. Talking to Chris yesterday about Hall & Oates breaking up.
Yeah.
Fighting each other in court. That breaks my heart. That's like ruining my life. You guys ever heard of Dipset, the rap crew?
I have not.
East Coast group, the Diplomats.
Okay.
Great group. They're fighting on podcasts now. Like two guys, if you go turn on their music, it's all about how much they love each other. Now it's like the opposite, and it's all on podcasts.
That sucks.
Even LeBron James has a low-key simmering beef with Drake right now.
Oh.
Yeah, there's some issues.
Seems like
And
everybody beefs with Drake at some point.
everybody. But, I mean, there's guys, and they're putting stuff like LeBron's business in the street now. Yeah, it's getting stupid, and all these guys that were once tight are now breaking up. Even Motley Crue, their lead guitarist sued them.
Which one?
Mick Mars.
Mick Mars
sued the band because they tried to cut him out of the profits from like the last tour.
Okay.
He's the only guy that's carrying them forever. And it's just weird how things break up. The St. Lunatics in St. Louis, they were all tight.
Yeah.
We all know them. Now most of them hate Nelly. Weird. I got pictures I can't show people.
Okay.
I can't show you this picture because he's in it.
Okay.
You may get mad at me. It's just weird how stuff breaks down. But the only thing that's real and connected are my teammates. It never changes. Maybe it's because money's not involved. We're all getting paid, but we're not all after the same apple. Weird.
I think you nailed it.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, I think so, because especially, I've heard you talk about your Rams teammates for a long time and your Washington teammates, and those guys are like family to you. I've heard you talk about them, but the only thing that breaks up bonds like that is money, because you went through the same things, right? It's those shared experiences. We battled, we won together, we lost together, we got hurt together, we succeeded together. It's bonds but when money and interpersonal relationships get involved, that's what destroys it.
Even teammates survive that. When stuff happens between, guy and interpersonal stuff. Survive that, get over it. We love each other, but it seems like these other people just, I don't know, whatever reason, what you loved turns out to be what you hate, or you become what you hate. But that's why I'm happy Mike Jones is coming in.
Yeah.
And I remember the first day I met him, he became a St. Louis Ram. So I'm an early bird, you know this.
Yes.
So maybe 2 or 3 guys on that team would beat me into the weight room for that early Breakfast Club workout. So I go into the training room, and our training room is attached to the weight room. So I hear these booms, boom, clang, boom. And I'm like, I know the schedule. That sounds like a big.
Yeah.
That's not a skill guy.
Yeah.
That's a big. Who is that? So I go walk in the room, and there's this guy doing hang cleans with some big weight with almost perfect technique.
Yeah.
And I'm standing there staring a hole through the side of his head, and he never looked at me once. He was busy. He was getting his reps in. When he finally got his reps done, he turned and said, "My name is Mike Jones. I'm your new linebacker."
That's a good introduction.
Right. So when the one downside, it's selfish to the Rams playing in Arizona, because Mike Jones was the legend of the week when they introduce a legend to the crowd. This was his moment to be introduced to Los Angeles. How important this guy is to the franchise is unimaginable. And it came well before he made the tackle on January 30, 2000. It started that day he showed up. He never missed a day. He never missed a practice. He never missed a game. He never made one mistake on the field. He's awesome.
Yeah.
And he's a teammate, and every time I see him, we go right back to when we were 25 and teammates. That will never, ever change.
That makes me feel good. There's a handful of guys, and it's either a teammate or somebody from your when you were a kid that you go right back to the way you were when you were 12 or 25 or whatever it is. You fall right back into the same rhythms, and they're all positive. I don't mean that in a bad way. Maybe you go out and you drink a little too much or whatever, but it's like, you're instantly comfortable. You can go months, years sometimes without seeing or even talking to that guy. Don't say it's like, pick up right where you left.
So let me just warn you, or let me put this out preemptive. He's going to tell you a story about me being almost not cold. And it's
just make sure that I don't forget.
It's one of the lowest points of my life because I feel stupid, and only Mike Jones can tell the story.
Okay.
Yeah, it's you're gonna laugh your butt off. Don't think less of me. That's all I'm saying.
I will not think less of you. I think very highly of you. I expect that to stay the same. But I want to go back to something you said.
Yeah.
You said, yes, he made the tackle, the famous tackle in the Super Bowl. The reason that you are a member of a Super Bowl winning team as a player, I know that you've
Kurt Warner's in the Hall of Fame, Isaac Bruce in the Hall of Fame.
You guys
all
win the
that
Super
doesn't
Bowl.
happen without him.
Mike Jones tackles Kevin Dyson on the 1 yard line.
Yes.
And you win the Super Bowl.
Correct.
Right? There are circumstances that could happen where he just happened to be the right guy in the right place at the right time. But what you just told me, that's not what that was. He was the right guy in the right place at the right time every day from the moment he got there.
From the moment he got there.
And excuse me, I love hearing that.
Yeah.
Just because sometimes you're just lucky.
Yeah.
This wasn't luck.
Nope.
This was I like my little aphorisms and things like, luck is when preparation meets opportunity.
He had made that play 1,000 times. Really. I mean, in games that you never even thought about, heard about, no one's ever talked about, where they try to run him off and run a slant underneath. And most linebackers miss that tackle.
Where are
but
you
not this
during
guy.
this play?
Right behind. I'm right in front of it. So, have you seen that America's Game, that whole thing?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I kid you not, this McNair was the toughest assignment in the world. Big, strong guy.
Yeah.
When he let that go, when he threw the pass, it became a pass attempt. I took a sigh of relief. Thank God this dude ain't running.
That you don't have to get him on the ground.
We got a shot.
Right.
Because if he starts running, I don't know if we get him. We're too close to the end zone. So
where
when
did
he
that
threw
play
it,
start? Like on the 20?
It was closer. Closer in.
Okay.
I'll have to look.
I'm looking at it. I think it's the 8-yard line.
8-yard line.
Oh,
That's what I'm saying.
okay.
We are way too close.
Yeah.
This dude, if he starts moving around, he's broken like 8 tackles already.
Yeah.
And a little known fact, do you know how long we had the ball in the second half of that Super Bowl? The greatest show on turf. How long do you think they had the ball?
I'm guessing not very long the way you're saying it.
7.5 minutes.
Holy smoke.
We were on the field for like 2 quarters against that offense, and he was killing us. So had he run, trouble. When he threw it, thank God. Turned around, spun around. Right when I got there, I saw Mike lean out and make the tackle.
That's awesome.
And I'm thinking, yeah, that's Mike. He always does that.
You know,
and then it said 0. Wait, we're champs.
We win. Here comes the confetti. Let's go. Where's America's Game? I want to do
right
this.
there. Yeah. Yes.
When you're saying, just throw it. I'm not saying that you can't win with him throwing it. It reminds me of I think it's the 06 Rose Bowl with Vince Young.
Yeah.
Vince Young threw
Make
for
him
like
throw it.
250 yards in that game. He was great throwing it.
Right.
But when he took off, it's like, no, there's no
Forget
hands.
it.
And when he's going for the corner, he's got it.
Yes.
And it's like, he's.
Bro.
By the way, that guy chasing him, Frosty Rucker, guy played in the NFL like 12
Could
years.
move. Yes.
He was a good player.
That moment, that last play with Mike, right before that, if you would have given me a lump of coal and I swallowed it, we'd be rich. That's how tight. That's how tight because of that guy.
Yeah.
When he threw it,
I can't wait to meet him. He's coming in.
You've never met Mike?
No.
Oh, God, this is going to be fun. Good.
Yeah.
See, welcome to L.A., Mike Jones.
Does he like martinis?
Let's
find
another
out.
guy, so much discipline. We'll talk about that when he gets here.
We'll talk about that as well. He's coming 10:30?
10:15.
10:15.
Yes.
Okay. So we're
10:30 is Factor Cap, guys.
Oh, that's right. 10:15.
He's going to do Factor Cap with us, yeah.
Great. He'll do Factor Cap. All right, we've had a good hour.
Yeah.
Right? Feel pretty good. We talked about a lot of fun stuff.
1.5 million. Never drink again.
I
We'll
like
keep
going to
talking.
Napa. I like playing golf. There's stuff that I
Be a couple trips to Napa, though.
Look, money's not.
See?
Yeah, but
There you
what
go.
am I going to do? Look, there's some grapes
the
growing on the
beautiful
ground.
scenery.
Yeah, there's
you
a
can,
lot.
You can drive to it in a Ferrari. There you go.
I'd rather drive to it in a Honda Accord and go drink some wine. Thank you very much. It's Trav and DeMarco.
Own a winery. Oh, sorry. Never mind. Go.
710 ESPN. I could drive all my Silverados up there and still go have my wine, right? You can get your Silverado. You can get any of the Chevy cars or trucks at Rotolo Chevrolet. Rotolo Chevrolet, right off the 210 freeway, Sierra Avenue exit. Go see for yourself what all the fun's about. You know what I'm talking about. You watch Dodge game, Kings game, Laker game, whatever it is. Mike Capozio's dancing on TV. Mike Capozio's making sure that you understand that your satisfaction is their number one priority every single day. That's why they've won Dealer of the Year so many times. 13 years in a row because they take care of you. They make you feel important. They make you feel like you know what's up, right? Courteous, transparent, upfront. You're always going to be 100% satisfied at Rotolo Chevrolet. Go find out for yourself. Right off the 210 freeway, Sierra Avenue exit. You can't miss it. Rotolo Chevrolet. It's right there. And if Fontana's not, next door to where you are, go online. RotoloChevy.com. ROTOLO. RotoloChevy.com and tell them that Travis sent you.
LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
Hey guys, it's Cappy. You've heard me talk about my personal situation with my divorce and subsequent custody battle in the past, and I know that you need a team behind you to get the justice you deserve. My friend Mark Reel and his team at Real Fathers Rights are here to help you guys. Visit realfathersrights.com/710. That's REEL. realfathersrights.com/710 or call 323-870-1611. That's 323-870-1611. Real Fathers Rights. The Father's Rights Attorneys.
Hey, it's D-Far, and the Waste Management Phoenix Open isn't just a golf tournament. It's the ultimate sports party. And Absolute Sport has your VIP tickets to all the action. Exclusive access to the rowdy 16th hole, luxury accommodations, the brand new 9 Lounge, your spot for gourmet food, premium drinks, a DJ, and top-notch views. Absolute Sport takes care of everything. So all you have to do is enjoy every single moment. Visit us.absolute-sport.com. That's ABSOLUT-sport and tee up an unforgettable time.
it's Mace. There's more fun watching the NBA playing Sleeper Picks. Download the Sleeper app today. Pick more or less on at least 2 players' projected stats, points, rebounds, assists, and more. If you're right, you can win up to 100 times your cash. For a limited time, new users just have to play $5 and they get $55 in free entries. Download the Sleeper app. Use code 710. That's code 710.
Must be 18 years old. Promo code location and other restrictions apply. Minimum deposit $25. See terms of use for details. Please play responsibly. Call 1-800-426-2537 for help.
Hi, it's LeBron. The Lakers play here.
710 ESPN.
KSPN, Los Angeles.
A Good Karma Brands radio station.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. Now mornings, 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN. Your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
I mentioned this to you, DeMarco, about 8:15, 8:30 this morning whenever you came in, and I was excited to tell you something, and it slipped my mind until now.
Yeah.
This is dorky, and I have a feeling you're going to look at me like, Trav, okay. Like, I think that's going to be the reaction. I know Beto would be very excited about this. In fact, I know Beto's excited about this.
I think I know what this is.
I think I know what this is, too. Okay, go ahead.
What do you think it is?
Something about uniforms?
I think it's your perfect square. You got it like that, like 0.01%.
Did you?
No.
What?
Why would I be excited to tell you?
Rams?
I used Mike Felder in my grid this morning.
No way!
Yes,
You did!
I used your cousin in my Immaculate Grid today. I've been waiting for the box to show up because it needs. And I don't know all the teams he played for, but I knew he played for the Mariners because you told me that you lived with him for a while, right?
Yes.
And I knew he was an outfielder.
Yes.
So today the grid was Seattle Mariners, and one of the cross sections was played center field.
Oh.
And I'm like, Tiny Felder.
Oh,
I
wow.
finally get to use him, and I put him in my grid today, and I was so excited to finally get to do it.
That is awesome. I don't know what's the Immaculate Grid.
I've told you. So I'm going to show you real quick. It's the little like tic-tac-toe board looking thing.
Yeah.
This thing where you have to find, like, this one is played second base and played for the Braves. You got to find somebody that fits
Anybody
in that
that played second base for the
second
Braves.
base for the Braves fits in there.
Throw it in there. Okay.
But you want to get the lowest score possible. You only get 9 guesses because there's 9 spots. You want to get all 9 people in as low a score as possible. And your cousin's a good
the
answer.
most obvious answer
is a bad answer.
Gets too many
like
points.
If it's a pitcher for the Braves, you don't say Greg Maddux
because
everybody knows Greg Maddux.
Okay.
Everybody's going to put Greg Maddux.
Too many points for that.
Yeah. So you want to look. So your cousin, because he wasn't, a superstar, but he's a big leaguer.
Oh, I bet he won it for you.
It was a good number.
Nice.
It was less than 1%.
Nice. Well, congratulations.
Very excited.
I'll tell him he'll be very, very happy.
Like I said, I knew you'd look at me like,
base stealer. My God, I want to get him on, but I'm afraid to.
Why?
To talk baseball.
I'd love to talk.
You think Charles Barkley is bad?
Oh
my God. Talking about today's product because he was a base stealer.
And
he's
it's coming back.
Did he bunt a lot?
Huh?
Did he bunt a lot?
He did bunt. He did. He was asked to bunt a lot. He was leadoff.
If he was fast and
he could
steal
roll
bases, then I'm not surprised he liked to bunt.
His favorite player, he was in the mold of, God rest his soul, Ricky Henderson. Yeah. That was his guy. So he said he would steal 1,000 bags today.
Yeah.
He would. With the pitch clock and everything. Yeah.
Well, and the limited pickoffs, and the bags are slightly closer to one another because they're a little bigger. Yeah, no. It's coming back. I mean, shoot, Ohtani just stole 59 bases.
One of these days, we should have Tiny Felder Day.
Let's do it.
Let me apologize first.
Is he...
He will come at you.
Can he chill with the language? Are we good there?
Did you ever meet Evel Knievel?
Yes.
Okay. Did they give you the forewarning?
Yeah.
Like what not to ask him?
No. We just... Okay. We were briefed on, you understand what you're getting into.
Okay, it went beyond. They said don't ask him about death or religion, and I think we asked him both. And I don't think we could use most of it.
What was your experience with him, Evel Knievel?
Somebody messed up and asked him about death and religion.
When it was over, you're like, I enjoyed that? Or was it like, well, that was different?
Usually it's 12-minute segments. We cut that at like 9. Yeah, we're good. Yeah, let's just scoot. Yeah.
By
we even went long with Gary Busey. That's how you know he's crazy. Yeah. Right.
What about sausage? What is it, buttered sausage? Have you seen Gary Busey all over, I think it's Instagram, where he's just out of the, what about buttered sausage? It's like,
his face?
And he just keeps saying buttered sausage.
Really?
It's
buttered sausage. Oh, my God.
By the way, in Evel Knievel news, apparently Leonardo DiCaprio is going to be in an Evel Knievel movie.
We're in. Yeah, man.
I don't know if he's going to portray Knievel.
He has to.
This is important. Emily, your knowledge, familiarity with who Evel Knievel is what?
I know he jumped things on a motorcycle and he wore like the star spangled, like the American flag.
That's pretty good.
That's like 50%.
That's pretty good.
That's it.
Yeah.
He was crazy
And
beyond
it's
crazy.
going to be directed by Damien Chazelle, who did this movie called Whiplash.
Oh, yeah.
Also did La La Land.
Oh, in.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
In.
Knows
This is
how to
going to be
do
a
big
real
spectacle.
serious, good movie Oscar stuff with Leo.
Hopefully that works out.
And at one point, Evel was like the most famous person
Yes.
in America, or
Every
almost
kid
the world.
wanted
yeah.
to be. Even you'd set up a little ramp for your bike,
Tie
and you'd
a towel around your
sheet
neck.
around your neck, and
Because like Duke Kaboom is based off of him in Toy
That's
Story
it,
4,
yes,
right?
yes,
Yeah.
Yes.
Did you have the toy?
Who didn't have the toy?
The toy was so. It's still one of my
Yes.
favorite toys.
Heck yeah! How come it doesn't backflip, Mom?
And you would. The thing went fast. You
Yes.
could send it from one end of the street to the other.
It was awesome.
It was.
Oh,
You'd
yeah.
scrape your knuckles on the street when you were ramming that thing around.
But they say
Talk
careful.
about buttered sausage. Talk about buttered sausage, where it comes from, what it.
Buttered sausage.
That's Gary Busey.
That's Gary Busey. Yes. Okay. Yeah, he almost cracked my sternum and broke my nose.
Gary Busey?
Yeah, he was trying to show me how he used to tackle. Yeah, it was bad.
Do you? Okay.
Yeah, it was bad.
How big of a guy is Gary Busey?
No, he's not the tallest, but yeah, he's formidable.
Okay.
Yeah, he can take care of himself.
I always am like struck by guys that think, "Hey, I used to do blank in high school or middle school, and I'm going to show this guy that was in the NFL or the NBA or Major League Baseball. This is how I." It's like, dude, you played in high school. You played in the NFL. You think this is going to end badly for you? It always. But apparently he at least.
I didn't know it was coming. He just told me to stand up and boom bang. I'm like, oh, dude, okay, he's nuts. And then he wouldn't leave. So the segment was over, and he just sat there.
Okay, this must have been his MO because
Yeah.
when I was producing for Jim Rome at the time, and he came in, and we had a great couple of segments with him.
Yeah.
It was
fun.
Really
Yeah.
interesting, really fun. He was telling the stories about jumping the Snake River Canyon and crashing.
Evil.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And it ended, and we're like, that was great. You know, kind of in a American institution for a period of time, super famous and all this stuff. And it went well, and obviously Evel thought that it went well.
Yeah.
And next week they call back like, you want Evel again? We're like, no,
Nope.
we just did it last week.
He insulted every religion.
Yeah, it was
every race, everything. Whoa.
Yeah.
So if Leo's going to do evil, you got to do the full evil. Yeah, show everything. Even his kid hated him. Yeah.
He's a tough guy to hang out with.
I got it.
He's
But
a tough
same
guy to hang
thing
out
with my cousin when he talks about baseball.
I want to
there's-
meet him.
Whatever bridge you have, he's going to burn it.
Where does he live?
Up in the Bay Area. He's
Okay.
coaching. Yeah, his son.
High school, college, pro? What is he?
He's like camps,
Private
private instruction.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
his son, Champ, he'll be the next.
Oh, yeah?
He'll be the next out of the family.
Okay.
Yeah, the kid is like amazing. So, yeah, but just when we have him, it'll be better if we bring him in studio.
Let's do it.
Because then I can tell him to calm down.
Oh, I'm in. I want to meet Mike. Can I call him Tiny? Does he go
Call
by
him Tiny.
Okay.
We call him Tiny Man.
Is he tiny?
He's not very tall.
Okay.
Yeah. How tall are you?
5'9".
About the same height.
Okay.
Yeah. Same build almost, except his quads are bigger. Yeah.
Fast.
Super
You gotta
fast.
steal those spaces.
Didn't you say you could run, Jorge?
Yeah.
You ever run a 40?
Yeah.
What was your fastest time?
5 something.
No,
Five
it's got,
something.
I bet you're faster than
I
that.
run a 5. I run a 5 flat.
Yeah, I did it with Greg. I didn't
Oh,
really
okay.
practice
Yeah,
for
But
it.
like if you were in high school, you were going faster
Oh,
than that.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's in the 4.4s, Tiny.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, he could go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still?
I believe he 4.9ish, 4.8ish.
Is he fit?
He's fit. He's 58 now.
I remember getting his baseball card. Like
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I don't remember him as
Actually,
a
no,
player,
he's
but I
older.
remember getting his baseball card.
He's older than he's in his 60s and he can still roll. Yeah.
Lakers have the Heat tonight.
And you know the Heat are going to beat them, right?
They might.
You know the Heat are going to win this game.
The Spurs beat him.
Spo's going to outcoach JJ.
Mavericks beat him.
LeBron is going to be LaFlat.
Yeah,
You know
I
this.
mean, it might be. Here's
I'm
the thing.
starting there, so I won't be so disappointed.
Well, you got to where I am.
Yep.
And I started this season kind of, they're going to be okay. I think they're going to be what they've been because they basically had the same. I know it's changed a little bit with the D'Angelo trade and all that, but they're still kind of sort of the same team. And I wouldn't be surprised if they won tonight because the Lakers did that thing where like the Mavericks game that you were talking about last week.
Yeah.
That's a game they obviously should have won.
That wasn't even the Mavericks.
And they lost. Right. You're 100% right.
The Mavericks were in the training room.
And I think it was last season. Correct me if I'm wrong here. Remember when they went into Boston and they didn't have LeBron, they didn't have AD.
That was last year.
And everyone's like, oh, my God. And they beat them.
And they fought like hell.
And they beat the best team in the league, the team that ended up winning the title. The Lakers went into the Garden and beat them. So the Lakers do weird stuff where they'll beat teams you're not supposed to do. They'll lose teams that you're supposed to beat. So I'm not going to say they're going to lose tonight for sure, but I am pretty confident that the patterns that we've seen over the last couple of years are starting to reappear. Because go back to the beginning of the year.
Okay. Such promise.
When JJ was kind of making his debut as the Laker coach, and we're kind of, okay, let's see what it looks like. And we all talked about it.
We put Connect in the All-Star game.
Yeah. Well, not all of us.
JJ was coach of the year.
Not all of us.
Such a good time.
But they looked like they had a plan.
Yeah.
They were organized. They were playing with a great deal of effort defensively.
Yeah.
They were playing with a great deal of effort when it comes to rebounding. Offense looked like there was structure to it. And JJ, I think the thing that you and I liked the most, it looked like he was very actively and aggressively coaching everybody.
Yes.
As it was taking place. Where'd that go? Like, where did that organization offensively, that effort defensively, that very clear JJ, we are changing the way that we do things day in and day out. You know, you're not going to reinvent LeBron James and Anthony Davis, but it felt like there was a different sort of structure early in the season. This structure feels a lot like last year's structure.
You know, there's not, outside of criticizing maybe what lineup he trots out there, I don't know if there's anything that Greg Popovich can do with this team defensively and how they're being attacked. That's why I called him Switch Reeves. Because that's all you do. Switch and go to work on them.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of traffic cones defensively on this team, and I don't think there's anything you can do about it.
That's why it's so frustrating. Early, though. And I understand
I think everybody's just kind of up to speed. Yeah.
So, but that's when it's, okay, it's counter move. Here's what I'm doing. It's working. Now it's up to you to move against me. Now it's up to me to move back against you. And I don't know.
I think it shows you need another center. And it's like you're attacking things you don't have. That's what I mean. Maybe a point guard, somebody that can help, but you just don't have those, and you're going to lose pretty much the same way. I would say this is the reason I'd say the Heat are going to beat the Lakers. The Lakers are dependent on you screwing up to win games. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The Heat aren't going to screw up. That's just not how they work.
No, not really.
Yeah. That's what I mean. They're going to come in here and like soundly beat you.
You and I look at the Lakers. I think we're in the same spot, but I think we look at it kind of like I'm looking at. You're thinking this game means this. I'm kind of looking at all of it collectively, and they might win by 20 points tonight. And yes, I'm going to come in here and go, yeah, nice win.
But you got to gobble up these wins, the ones you should get.
That I agree with.
And you're blowing it. You blew it against San Antonio. You definitely blew it against Dallas. This is going to hurt you. Come March,
they've got to get some semblance of defensive effort night in and night out, and I get it.
Yeah,
that Austin Reeves is not the second coming of Dennis Rodman defensively. I understand.
Yep.
Okay, I get, but there's also structure. There's effort. Michael and I used to talk about this all the time when I was doing the Laker pre and post. Defense a lot is just I'm willing to do it or I'm not. I'm going to commit to this. Or I'm not. I'm going to go through the motions, or I'm going to really try and make this happen. And I'm not saying you can turn everybody in to the greatest defender of all time. You can't turn everybody into Michael Cooper.
No.
But you can get better
at it. You can demand more. Yeah. Okay. X's and O's, starts Finney Smith and leave him there.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
I would just say that and leave him there and see what happens. But it just gets so frustrating. Can I exercise my John Ireland right?
Go for it. What's the John Ireland right?
Didn't he leave the Raiders for the Commanders because he's so frustrated?
He did, yeah.
I'm tired of being a Raider fan. I'm just going to pick up another team. He picked the Commanders.
He did. I'm not calling John out on this, although I guess I am calling him out a little bit. I don't think it's as easy as all that. I think if you care, you care. It's really hard to stop caring.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
If you stick with your team through thick and thin, and I'm
I
starting
think John
to see
still cares about the Raiders. Is what I'm getting at.
Okay.
I think he's angry and frustrated, but in his core, John's a Raider fan.
You think?
Yes.
Okay.
You can't just.
You
DeMarco,
can't turn it off.
When Frank McCourt was doing his best to murder the Dodgers, and he damn near succeeded.
Murder's kind of strong.
Okay, he did the impossible. He got people to stop going to the game.
Yeah.
I never thought I'd see the day where people stopped going to Dodger games. Frank McCourt almost made it happen.
Did it.
Ballpark was empty towards the end of those years.
You were almost there?
I was angry, disappointed. I still watched Dodger baseball. I still wanted them to win. I didn't like Frank McCourt, but I still loved the Dodgers. The Dodgers stunk, but it did. But I wasn't like, I'm out. I don't think I could ever take that out.
I might be. I like to watch basketball and be entertained and have fun. This is not fun anymore. It's very, very frustrating.
I think we're going to have some fun next.
You think so?
I hope so.
I hope so.
I hope so.
This big dude, this hunk of a man just showed up.
Rams legend, DeMarco's former teammate,
with
Mike
a ring.
Jones with the ring. Coming up next is Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN. Before we do that, let me tell you about NextGen, right? Right now, they got an $88 drain cleaning going on right now at NextGen. And you've been through, right, your house. Everybody's got a place where that just doesn't empty, right? You turn the water, it fills up, and it slowly empties. Why not get that taken care of for just $88 at NextGen? And they can take care of that for you. They can take care of just about any plumbing, heating, and air conditioning issue that you may have going. I've had them out to deal with my water heater. I've had them out to deal with my air conditioner. This is what they do at NextGen. 833-3-NEXTGen. 833-3-NEXGEN to take advantage of that $88 drain cleaning special, or visit nextgenairandplumbing.com to schedule your appointment today.
Hey, everybody. Excited to have with me in studio the one and only Dr. Monica Madden from Beverly Hills Ortho. Hi, Dr. Madden.
Hi. Thanks for having me. This is exciting.
All right. Let's get to why we want everybody to listen carefully, because you have a special offer for ESPN LA listeners. Tell me about it.
We're really happy to be part of the ESPN LA family and so grateful for everyone listening right now. We are giving the first 5 people who register now and every time this airs $1,000 off Invisalign or braces treatment. Just go to BeverlyHillsOrtho.com and enter the code SMILE and you're on your way.
So enter the code SMILE at BeverlyHillsOrtho.com and I could get $1,000 off Invisalign?
Yes, absolutely.
And what if I wanted to just call the office? Can I get the offer that way?
Yes, absolutely. Just say SMILE and you heard it on ESPN.
877-7 Let's Do This.
Yes.
Or, Monica, as I like to say, BeverlyHillsOrtho.com.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. At Los Angeles International Airport, changes are arriving daily to help reduce traffic, save travelers time, and transform the travel experience. The LAX Economy parking structure is now open with thousands of smart parking spaces, as well as hundreds of EV charging stations. Modernized terminals have biometric gates for faster boarding, and in the future, the People Mover train will connect travelers to LA Metro. For more information, go to their website, flylax.com/transforming-LAX. That's flylax.com/transforming-LAX.
Is your vehicle due for service? Is it time to get those wipers replaced? If so, head in your neighborhood Valvoline Instant Oil Change, home of the 15-minute drive-through oil change. For over 30 years, Valvoline has provided quick and convenient automotive maintenance services for busy people just like you. At Valvoline, you stay in your car safe while the expert technicians make sure your ride is at its best. Oil changes, wiper blades, and more. Just pull up, drive in, and drive out in about 15 minutes. Visit SoCalOilChange.com for locations and game-winning coupons off of your next Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
Robinhood Gold members can now enjoy the VIP treatment, receiving a 3% IRA match on annual retirement contributions. With Robinhood Gold, the perks of the high net worth are now available for any net worth. The new gold standard is here with Robinhood Gold. To receive a 3% boost on annual IRA contributions, sign up at Robinhood.com/gold. Investing involves risk. 3% match requires Robinhood Gold $5 a month for 1 year from first match. Must keep funds in IRA for 5 years. Go to Robinhood.com/boost. Robinhood Financial LLC member SIPC. Gold membership is offered by Robinhood Gold LLC.
Hey, fans! Welcome back to Fansville's Cheers and Tears. Oh. Okay, so like everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are like so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football, it's a pepper thing.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. Now mornings, 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN, your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
All right, very excited about this. DeMarco sent a text last night saying, hey, My old teammate, Super Bowl champion Mike Jones, is in town. He's going to swing by tomorrow. And anytime a former teammate of DeMarco's comes through, always excited to do this. Mike Jones is here joining us as well. Super Bowl champion Mike Jones. I always call DeMarco the Super Bowl champion. I would imagine, just like you, that always feels pretty good.
Feels outstanding.
The only reason I can say Super Bowl champion DeMarco Farr is because of Super Bowl champion Mike Jones. What's up, big fella?
What's going on, man?
Good to see you, man.
Good seeing you as well.
I have been gushing about you all morning.
It's amazing, coming back to L.A. and, because a lot of people don't know, I started off in L.A. I was with the Raiders for 6 years, and 5 of them were in L.A. So,
yeah.
We played in the Coliseum, and the first time we came back, and you probably don't remember this, I'm looking, I'm like, man, this looks different. He's like, looks different. I'm like, this is strange. I'm usually seeing silver and black. And,
yeah.
So the Rams, and of course the Rams were there before the Raiders, but yeah, it was just interesting to see how everything went and watching the process of how the Rams really took off, and they're doing a great job.
It's crazy. So teammates, we've seen a lot, been through a lot. Like I said, the Kurt Warner story, Isaac Bruce, all tied in to Mike Jones making the tackle January 30, 2000, Atlanta, Georgia. We'll never leave. But do you know, Travis Rogers, that Mike Jones almost got me fired? Like, my football career almost ended before it started.
Go on.
Okay, so I'm an undrafted rookie free agent, which means I have to start through the mailroom.
Right.
Which means I am on special teams. I have to go out and play punt team, punt return. So I am on the punt team. Okay, so I was given a directive. If I see, what was his name, the punt blocker? Albert
Lewis.
Albert Lewis was this threat of a punt blocker. So my coach told me, if I see Albert Lewis, fan out. So there's Albert Lewis. He told me to fan out, but there's a guy sitting right in the A-gap. If I fan out, he's going to run in there and block it. But you told me to go block Albert Lewis.
Right.
I'm going to do what you told me. I fan out. I hear the double thud.
Oh, yeah.
But the funny part is this. Of course, DeMarco didn't have 75 when he was a rookie.
Yeah, 94.
He had some crazy number.
Yeah.
So our rule was, if you thought you had something you can beat.
Sucker.
There you go. I'm trying not to say it, but
I'll say it for you.
Then you tap your leg.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I think I'm still tapping. But so we tap, and the funny part was DeMarco.
Wait, I didn't know you thought I was meat.
He fanned out, and you know how you look like. Did he? Am I? I mean, it was that. I'm like,
you told me to go to Albert.
I blocked it so fast, it hit me in my stomach. so I'm like, wow.
Yes.
But yeah, and I didn't find out till after we were playing. I was like, man, I said, who is this guy? I blocked the punt against y'all, and he looked at me like, you blocked the punt.
It was me.
In the preseason, and I didn't know it was him. So it was comical.
Oh my God, we became teammates that day. I told him the first day you showed up. You were so professional. I just wonder. So I know how we feel and how I feel about you, how professional you were. I said you showed up, never missed a day.
Right.
I don't think you actually made a mistake on the field.
No, I did. I made a few of them. John Bunting told me that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, but I would never know. In defensive meetings, win or lose, guys get yelled at, screamed at, corrected.
Yeah.
I can't remember ever a day where you were ever corrected. But I just wonder, how did you see us before you got – when you first came to the Rams? Because we weren't champions then.
Right. It was interesting because you got to realize, I played for Coach White, Mike White. Mike White was my head coach. And I was fortunate. I was blessed because, I had, for about 5 years, I had 5 guys get in the Hall of Fame. So the guys that showed you how to do it, Ronnie Lott, Marcus Allen, Howie Long, these are all guys when I'm 22 years old, don't know left from right. And you just watch them and learn from them. So when I got to the Rams, it was interesting because I remember looking at the schedule like, man, we can win 10, 11 games here. And guys looking like, no, I don't think so. And it's just amazing that I was outside looking in, so I could see the talent that we had.
Yeah.
We were young, but we had to learn. And then on top of that, we had a coach in Coach Vermeil that hadn't coached for a while. And DeMarco understands this because DeMarco transitioned. You went from you can do anything till you got to the 20-hour rule.
Correct.
So a lot of guys didn't understand that. So when you go to from you out there all the time to you ain't got 20 hours and you go to Coach Vermeil, that's a culture shock.
Big time.
So and I didn't take that all into consideration, but I thought we had the guys that could do it. And if you think about it, the core guys that we had, we made some additions, but Isaac was hurt. That was one of the biggest things. So when Isaac wasn't healthy, heck, you can say whatever you want, Isaac's not healthy. Then we pick up Marshall Falk, but before that, we our running back situation wasn't solid.
No.
You know, the quarterback position, Tony was young.
Mm-hmm.
You know, everyone talks
Tony
about
Banks.
Tony Banks
Yeah.
and you know, he wasn't playing well. I'm like, no, he's a first, second year quarterback in the NFL. I mean,
Yeah.
and
Takes
then
a minute.
And then you
Could
have
have been something.
Right. Then
Yeah.
you had
We were a
guys-
bad environment for him. Yeah.
Right. And then you had guys that, you know, that were coaches that were, you know, had been removed from the game. Think about it, Coach Mill was gone for 12 years.
Yeah.
So he had to get acclimated to the 90s compared to the mid 80s. So it was just a growing birth. That's
Mike
right.
Jones, Super Bowl champion. Mike Jones joins here, former teammate of DeMarco's as well. And I want to go back to something you said a minute ago, Mike, that you came up with the Raiders and Ronnie Lott and Howie Long and many, many others were there, Hall of Fame players, legends of the game. The very first thing that DeMarco mentioned to me about you was that story about your professionalism, about being in the locker room, or in the weight room, I should say, locked in, doing your way, and then introducing yourself to him, and just kind of the impression you made that you were on top of your, you know what's. You just that's just who you are.
Right.
Does that happen just because that's Mike Jones, or because I've always been of the impression your first taste of the environment, whatever it is, professional sports, college, it's like, you're going to do whatever's being done.
Right.
Like if that's what it is, you just show up, you do your work, you don't mess around.
Yeah.
Then that's what you're going to do. If people are kind of taking it easy and messing around, do you become you in a different environment if you go to a team with a bunch of screwballs?
I hope I don't. But again, it's interesting because again, DeMarco came from a team that won the national championship.
Yeah.
So he probably was thinking when he got to the NFL, he's looking like, okay, this isn't what we did at Washington
At all.
See what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
And then I came from a program we won 10 games in 4 years.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm a sponge. I'm like, I just went through 4 years where I won 10 games, and these guys done won Super Bowls. They've been MVPs. They've been all these different things. So I might want to listen to them instead of where I came from.
You know, it's we've been having this debate with Travis. I'm trying to get a number to. It's dry January, right? So Travis isn't drinking for the entire month of January.
Okay.
I said $1 million if he goes a lifetime without taking another drink. He's still thinking about it. See, look, see his mouth. See his mouth.
We're negotiating.
We're talking about it.
We're
talking
negotiating.
about
The sad part is
But
when it comes to fruition, neither one of you will be able to cash in.
But I said, look,
You're right.
I'll give him $1
You're
million, but if he takes a drink, I'm taking everything. Everything is mine. So it's a safe bet. But this is one of the things, because it was around minicamp, and this is the funny story.
Yep.
It was around your birthday. When is your birthday?
Oh.
When is your birthday?
You going there? April, it's income tax day.
Yes.
Oh, April
Very
15.
easy.
All
There you
right.
go.
So we had these OTAs, mini camps, and we told Mike we're going to take him out for his birthday, and we took him out, and we took him out, and we took him out. We had some fun.
Yeah.
The next day's practice was hard on Mike.
They opened the Pandora's box.
Big time. We went at it.
Yeah.
But he said, and we're still becoming teammates, he said, after my birthday, I don't drink.
Yep.
And whatever, man. Just like we're doing.
During the season. During the season.
Yeah.
During the season, like, whatever, man. Yeah, that's what your mouth says. No. After that, done. Not one.
Until the season ends?
Till the season ends.
Yes.
Now
That champagne after that
None.
tackle had to be pretty good.
Yeah. Good point. Yeah. It was pretty good. Yeah, but it's interesting that he said that because that was a lot. That was right before Roman signed somewhere else.
Correct. Yes.
Roman Pfeiffer went to the Jets then. So we all go out, and he ain't told you the whole story. But let's just say
I'm trying not to.
those guys, they're talking about they took me out, but they were running from me. It was
We can't beat him.
As it goes, the old Raider came out.
Oh my God. Bruh.
Once a Raider, always a
There
Raider,
you go.
right?
So we waited till the day before the last practice. So that last practice was bad.
Yep.
Bad, and we all smelled bad. But he's right. But I just noticing that commitment. He said it, and he's doing it, and he stood on it. Like I said, from day one, you became one of our leaders. So, no shock. We're in the Super Bowl in Atlanta, January 30, 2000.
Yep.
That second half was hell.
Yeah.
It was the worst. I mean, it took me to the pit of, like, everything I love about this game. I needed everything to summon up energy just to get into a football stance.
Right.
What was your perspective? Because you're right behind me.
Well, you know what? It was interesting. The first drive, they caught us off guard. And they caught us off guard because we thought they were going to throw the ball.
Yeah.
So everybody's pinning their ears back.
Here we go.
And Eddie George, I don't know what happened. He went into halftime. He went in the booth and he came out. Him and Steve McNair came out Superman. So, I mean, you couldn't tackle him. You couldn't tackle Steve.
Yeah.
You know, in the first drive, it's like, oh, okay, you know, they caught us off guard. And the second drive, it's like, wait a minute, this is, not going the way we usually do. And because the whole season, other than Detroit,
Yeah.
when the second half came and we were up, Oh, it was over.
Yeah,
it was a wrap.
It was a wrap. I mean, we were gonna get after them. We were gonna do things, and
57 sacks, man.
Right.
Yeah.
So we couldn't figure out. They found a rhythm. Steve found a rhythm. Eddie started running better, and they just
offense couldn't stay on the field.
Right.
Yeah.
And like I said, defensively they made some stops.
Yep.
Crucial time stops. Like it'd be a 3 and out, and we back on the field.
Yeah.
And then it was a 3 and out back on the field with no TV timeout.
With Eddie George and Steve McNair on the other side.
Right. So all those things started adding up. First half it was, we had a lot of stops and goes. Second half it was a blur.
Yeah.
I mean, you sit down, okay, punt team. Like, wait a minute, we just sat down.
We just got here. Yeah.
You walk over to right. You sitting up, walking to the sideline, walking to the bench, and then you walking back out.
Defense
back
up.
on defense. Yeah.
Yep.
So so we just had some things that we had to get through, and just like the first half went well. I really believe if we scored 1 touchdown, we kicked 3 field goals.
We'd have blown.
Game's over. Game's over. So they kept
shove them off the cliff.
Right. Right.
Yeah. We got caught playing Jeff Fisher football.
Yep.
Yeah. That's what I mean. But look. So at the end of that game, I am gassed, Travis. I'm telling you, I'm at the end. I mean, it's taken everything I can do just to do my job. So making plays is out the window at this point. I'm just trying to do my job for the football team. One of the only times in my life where I felt like I really can't make a difference. All I can do is just help, like be out here, help my guys. Where were you at on that last play? On the last couple of plays when they drove down to the 8?
I'm the signal caller, so I don't even see.
Mentally, where are you at? Like,
I'm the signal caller. You got to get yourself right. I can't be looking crazy and telling guys to do something that I can't do. So I'm sitting in the huddle and I'm like, okay, this is the last play. We got to get a stop. We stop, we win.
Yeah.
Because they had called timeout. Remember, so we come to the sideline. So we sitting there and and all this stuff. Like I said, it's amazing because when you're in the middle of it, you don't see any of it. Because like I said, I didn't see him or Kevin. When Coach Mill was talking to him, I never saw that. I saw that on television in a video. And I'm looking like, did they really just leave it? Bruh. And I'm in the middle of it. So you're seeing all this stuff that you don't even realize because you right there smack in the middle of it. So, and this is the ironic thing, the last play, and DeMarco knows this after I told him, we break the huddle, and we have a combination coverage. So you got to listen to the safety of what they're saying. So I'm turning around trying to get the call, and the guy motions out, and no one's on him.
Yeah.
Ooh. It was Kevin Dyson.
Yes.
Kevin motions out and then motions back in. If they snap the ball, we're out leverage. They throw the ball, he scores.
You see what I mean?
Yeah. That's the craziest part. So then he comes back. So then the ball. So it's 2 sides to the story. Then he comes back. I'm looking at Kevin the whole time. Now, when you look on the television, you can't see me, but I'm looking like this in the camera angle. Got my back. So I'm seeing Kevin. And Kevin plants and comes back. I'm like, oh, I'm going to kill this guy. He don't see me. And Kevin tells me, he said, Mike, I knew exactly where you were. And I said, I'm going to run right by him. So the two mindsets, the guy catching the ball thinking I'm not going to tackle him.
Yeah.
I'm thinking I'm going to kill him.
Yeah.
And we in the same universe.
Mode. Yeah.
So in that moment, Mike, and anybody that's a football fan has seen the play a million times. You bring him down right before the goal line. You guys win the Super Bowl on the play. Do you go into that mode where, look, I've been playing football my whole life. This is what I'm here to do. I got to follow my technique, my fundamentals. This is how you make a tackle in the open field. Or are you thinking, I make this tackle, we win the Super Bowl, I miss him, we lose?
No, I'm thinking, I'm telling you, I'm thinking I'm going to kill him.
Yeah.
I didn't think he saw me.
Yeah.
And he knew exactly where I was. So what happened, I plant and I come downhill. Now, he runs a route similar to what Marshall runs. I don't know if you remember, Marshall will run 2 different angle routes. He run an angle route where he beat the linebacker, or he run an angle route and he run upfield.
Yeah.
Well, he ran an angle route that comes across the middle. So I'm thinking, okay, so as I'm taking a step, I'm like, okay, this is a wide receiver, it's a little faster. Oh, I better make this tackle. So it went from me killing him to me trying to get him on the ground. When you see me tackle him, I'm grabbing him on the one side, and this is what I didn't know until, again, you watch it on film. I wonder how he fell so fast. So when I came around to wrap him up, I'm dead serious. I hit him right on top of his knee, and he fell like a tree.
Stopped him. Yep.
And that's the reason. And it was close. It was about the 2-yard line. Yeah. But everyone sees when he bounces and he reaches.
Right.
So he wasn't. When he fell, he had to get his bounce, and he was short.
Yeah. From my angle, because I'm behind him, all I saw was Mike make the tackle, guy go down. I'm thinking, damn, now we're on the goal line. Like, damn, here they come.
Like
you
didn't
said,
know the clock had run out.
No idea.
Yeah.
I'm like, now we got to defend Eddie and McNair on the goal line. Damn. And I look up, and the clock says 0. I heard, woohoo!
Yep.
Dick Vermeil.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is he yelling about?
Yeah.
Oh,
We won.
Blank, the game's over.
So Lorenzo runs out. So I am
Lorenzo
dog
Neal.
type.
Yeah. Oh,
no,
my God.
Lorenzo Styles.
Oh, Styles. Neal.
So Styles runs out on me. And I am dead tired. So he runs out and everyone's all excited. And he looks at me like, man, you all right? I said, man, I'm just happy this game is over with. Like I said, it was a great experience,
Yes.
and Low, you've seen the Suns.
Yeah.
They playing for the national
Both of
championship.
them at Ohio State.
Yep.
Both of
our teammate Lorenzo Styles has 2 kids at Ohio State.
Starting outside linebacker, and then I think he's the nickelback.
Yeah,
that's great.
And Orlando's kid is there, right?
I believe so. I'm not for sure.
Okay, yeah, we got some people everywhere.
All right, so we're going to do a little factor cap coming up next.
Yeah.
Mike, you're
Stay
going
for
to
this.
play
Have fun.
our game with us. And then I gave DeMarco plenty of time to tee this story up, but since he's not going to do it, I am. I need the story about when he got knocked out.
Don't you
So
dare.
we're gonna do that as well.
All right.
It's all coming up. It's Trav and DeMarco. Super Bowl champion Mike Jones is in the house with us. That's coming up next.
Tell stories.
Trav and DeMarco, 710 ESPN. Here's the story we do need to tell DeMarco. We need to tell the story to the people about if they get hurt in an accident with Joseph S. Normand.
Accidents are devastating, and the recovery process is super difficult to deal with. Don't go through this alone. No insurance company is ever on your side. Can I say that again, Travis?
Yes.
No insurance company is ever on your side. Anything you say to any insurance company can and will be used against you at any point throughout the process.
Yeah, look, the insurance company is about the insurance company. Joseph S. Normand is about you. That's why he makes you part of his family, right? This is why DeMarco called him after his accident. It's why I called him after my son was involved in an accident. The insurance company, they're going to take care of themselves. They're not going to take care of us. So that's why you call Joe if you're hurt in an accident.
I'd call Joe just to call Joe. Joe's a cool dude to talk to. But if you ever have an issue, if you're out there, accidents, whatever, if a pallet falls on your head, call this number right now, 213-747-2000, 213-747-2000, or normandlegal.com.
Give Joe a call.
LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
Why do we grill to order at Waba Grill? Because it's just better for you. Our Asian-inspired menu has high-quality proteins that are healthier for you. Our steamed vegetables and signature salads are made fresh for you. Our sauces are more flavorful for you. From sweet and spicy to fiery hot. Right now, get our Value Bowl combo for only $8.99. Download the Waba Rewards app or order online at wabagrill.com. Waba Grill, it's for you.
Hey, it's Bethel Duran. When you get into an auto collision and damage your vehicle, there's only one spot for you to call. That's my guy Leo at Active Collision. Experienced paint and body technicians will make your car look like it's brand new. You get a free estimate when you call 626-330-0100. They work with all insurance companies. Mention 710 and you get 50% off your insurance deductible. Call 626-330-0100, 626-330-0100, or visit activecollisionrepair.com.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, the timeshare cancellation guy and founder of Wesley Financial Group, and I want to set the record straight. I am not an attorney. I've never wanted to be an attorney, and the truth is I really don't even like attorneys. If I sound like an attorney or if I look like an attorney, I'll apologize. But what I've learned in my 15 years in the timeshare cancellation business is you don't need to be an attorney to get folks out of their timeshare. At Wesley, we've helped over 40,000 families cancel their timeshare without me being an attorney. And I want to share with you how we do it. Just give my office a call, and you will not talk to an attorney. And I guarantee if we take you as a client, we'll get you out of your timeshare or you'll pay nothing.
Call now for your free timeshare exit info kit. 800-822-3910. That's 800-822-3910. 800-822-3910.
Something amazing is happening in business. More companies are turning to Mac. From finance to fulfillment, CDW will seamlessly support Mac integration into your organization. With the power of Apple Silicon, best-in-class security, and compatibility across your favorite apps, your team will have the performance they need and the tools they love. Make amazing happen. Mac and CDW. Learn more at cdw.com/Apple.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter?
Right? And the best part? They accept Discover.
Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right, so we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report.
Here we go. It is Factor Cap time. Factor Cap on the Travis and DeMarco Show. Each weekday around 10:30, producer Emily serves up what's going down, and fun and frivolity ensues. Special thanks to the law offices of Joseph S. Normand for making Factor Cap possible.
It's Joseph S. Normand. It's Factor Cap on the Travis and DeMarco Show on 710 ESPN. And if you've been hurt in an accident, let me help you. Call my office at 213-747-2000. That's 213-747-2000.
Let's do it. Factor Cap
right now. Take it away, producer Emily.
Welcome to Factor Cap.
Thanks, Joe. Hi, guys.
Howdy, howdy.
All right. So,
No,
Mike,
ja.
we're going to do this.
I'm
going to say a statement.
Yep.
And if you agree with it, you say fact. If you disagree with it, you say cap. And then give a little reason why. So that's basically how it goes. Yes, exactly. We'll say more names.
See.
All right. So I was seeing this clip kind of go around Twitter, and it's Kylie Kelsey on that new Jason Kelsey ESPN show where he's kind of doing late night.
Oh, yeah.
And he had Joe Buck and his wife on. Yep. And Jason asked Kylie, his wife, why Philly fans hate Joe Buck. And this is her answer to that.
Do you have any suspicions, in your opinion, why that is?
No. I personally love Joe.
Come on. You love Joe because you met Joe and he charmed you. What did you think before you met Joe?
Well, I was raised in a house where I was taught to dislike Joe Buck.
But why? I don't.
Costumes included in.
This is the response I get from everybody. Like, nobody really has a reason.
I mean, I was taught that by my father. I very much recognized the pattern in which it seemed as though he was always cheering for the other team.
But you have no examples of this. Of course not.
Of course not.
All right.
All right. So she's born and raised Philly resident, Philly fan. So got me thinking, I have a lot of inherited dislikes from my parents. Like, I don't like Florida State for only reason because my parents, they don't like Florida State. So you have an inherited dislike, not one that you got, that your parents kind of instilled into you. Travis, Factor, Cap?
Cap. I find things to dislike all on my own.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm a natural-born hater.
Nothing was passed down, though? Not one hate was passed down. Had to be something.
I went to different schools than my folks went to. I am personality-wise, I'm much more like my mom because my mom is more pessimistic, like I am.
Okay.
My dad is super optimistic. My dad always sees the bright side in everything. My mom and I only see the doom and gloom.
Okay.
So I don't know if
Perfect
that's a
synergy.
dislike. Yeah. So we see the world the same way, but it's not like she dislikes. Like my folks went to Oregon, as you know, but I don't hate Oregon State because they do. I just I'm good, man. Oregon State never did anything to me.
I gotta go. Fact. My high school rivalry was passed down.
Yeah.
We hate green. Why? Don't worry about it. We hate green. Okay, you'll find out. The Denver Broncos was passed down. Because
you grew
we're
up in a Raider
fans.
house.
Yeah, we hate the Broncos. What is that? I like the horsey. No, you don't like the horsey. You hate the
cool
horsey.
uniform.
Right. And the Boston Celtics. From the time I was born, Larry Bird bad. Robert Parrish bad.
I hated Larry Bird because he beat Magic Johnson. That's why I hated Larry Bird.
I got to that point, but even before that, I'm booing the guy. Who's the Bird guy? What? Boo, boo. Yes, fact, definitely.
All right, Mike, what about you?
Fact. Can't stand Southeast High School. That was our rival. Fact. Can't stand it. I don't even call them. I call them the Kansas Chicken Hawks. Yeah. Facts. The San Francisco 49ers.
Talk to that guy right there.
Jorge, you got something to say about that?
It was the Rams.
There you go.
Yeah, we all have those inherited ones. So today is National Strawberry Ice Cream Day, but it reminded me of this story. There's an actor, his name is Nicholas Hoult. He was talking about how one day on set, he was like, I'm going to have ice cream today because my scene requires me to have ice cream. I'm excited to have ice cream all day today. But when he took his first, taste of the ice cream, it was not ice cream. In fact, it was lard with sugar and food coloring. And he said it ruined his entire day. So this would ruin your entire day. Mike, Factor, Cap?
fact. If I'm getting ice cream, I want ice cream, not Lord or whatever it is. So,
just imagine tasting that. All right, DeMarco?
Fact. Yeah, that would kind of ruin my day. Yeah. You know what ruined my day? The first time I had liver. You ever had liver the first time? It looked great. It looked like steak.
Yeah, it's not.
This is not steak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've told you this story. When I was playing baseball that summer in Iowa, the bus driver gets to choose where he stopped, right?
Yeah.
So the bus driver had this fixation with Denny's. So we'd stopped at Denny's literally every day for a month and a half to eat lunch. Mm-hmm. I have eaten every single item on the Denny's menu with the exception of liver. I can't do it.
Okay.
I'm out.
Yeah.
Never
I'm a Denny's guy. You're a Denny's guy, right?
Absolutely.
Oh, no. Denny's is great.
What did we have? we St. Louis. We had Waffle House. Waffle House and Bob Evans.
Oh my God. Look, I don't want to get too far afield. Bob Evans sells some frozen stuff, DeMarco.
I'm in.
Go to your store.
Solid.
Yes. Biscuits and gravy.
They've got the mac and cheese, Bob Evans mac and
mashed
cheese.
potatoes.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh.
Yep.
Okay.
Trav, you agree with this? It would ruin your day?
Yeah. So when I was a kid, I remember my mom was making cookies or something like that, and you know the tin of Crisco, which it isn't lard, but it's lard, and it looks kind of like ice cream or frosting or whipped cream.
Yeah.
And I remember sticking a spoon in there and taking a bite of it. Yeah, it'll ruin your day really, really fast.
All right, Jorge.
Similar situation. My mom had like 2 containers, one with sugar and one with salt. And I like my coffee, and I was like, hey, where's the sugar? She's like, it should be in the counter. I reached for one of the containers, not labeled, and I put like a spoonful of salt into my coffee. When I took a swig, I was like, oh, man.
Ocean coffee.
Did you hold it?
No, I couldn't.
That's a bad deal.
Yeah, it ruins your life.
Factor Cap's brought to you by the law offices of Joseph S. Normand. You got a lot of choices in your legal team, but like DeMarco and I know, family always comes first with Joe. 213-747-2000. That's the law offices of Joseph S. Normand. 213-747-2000 or normandlegal.com. The story of
No,
DeMarco
Mike, don't you got to go? Don't you got somewhere to be? No.
Courtesy of Super Bowl champion Mike Jones. That's coming up next. All right, let's talk about Rotolo Chevrolet. Let me tell you about the people at Rotolo Chevrolet. You know that they've got all the Silverados. You know they've got all the Chevy cars and trucks that you've been looking for. But let me tell you about the folks there. They are fantastic. They're guys that I've known now for 3-4 years, and they're there to help you. They're there to make sure that you get exactly what you're looking for, that you get the right price, the right car, and you're going to feel great about it. Mike Capozio, of course, is running the show there, and Eddie and Armando Rojo, who has played in our softball game the last couple of summers. They're just great guys to make sure you get what you want. Michael Rotolo, Mike's son, is working at the dealership. They're all making sure that you are in the best possible spot at Rotolo Chevrolet. So if you've been thinking about that Silverado, if you've been thinking about that new Chevy car truck, get on out to Rotolo Chevrolet and go find out why Mike dancing on TV, why they've won Dealer of the Year 13 years in a row. It's right off the 210 Sierra Avenue exit. Can't miss it. It's right there. You'll drive right to it. Your car will take itself right to it. Rotolo Chevrolet. And if it's a little far, go online. RotoloChevy.com. ROTOLO. RotoloChevy.com and tell them that Travis sent you.
With the devastating fires that have struck Southern California, there are options for you if you're dealing with food insecurity. It is the LA Regional Food Bank. You can go to lafoodbank.org/fire. We are also looking for collections from you. All kinds of stuff needed for people that are dealing with the fire right now. Please join us in helping our friends and neighbors who are dealing with this tragedy.
To first-class accommodations, their Super Bowl packages are the MVP of the fan experience. Don't sit on the sidelines. Be a part of the action. Go to us.absolute-sport.com. That's ABSOLUT-sport to lock in your spot. Absolute Sport, it's how champions watch the Super Bowl.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text TAP to 321321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. Text TAP to 321321. That's TAP to 321321. This is the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Now weekdays 9 a.m. to noon on LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
See, dry January.
I was going to say, all my sharpness has gone out the window. It's going to come back to me. It's on the tip of my tongue.
What? Flag football?
No. We were out at training camp. This was 2 years ago. So last year we were at UCI.
Okay.
And I had one of your former teammates, the tight end, last name Williams.
Roland Williams.
Roland. I couldn't
Roland
think of
World.
Roland's first name. Roland, I
Yes.
apologize. Roland's a great guy.
Yes.
But he told a story one time, Mike, and we're here with Mike Jones, Super Bowl champion Mike Jones.
Yeah. You say
Roland told
and
us a
story.
story about why they used to call DeMarco Grace.
Oh.
Okay. And so I'm like, and I just stopped me in my tracks. I'm like, I don't know. So I asked, and he told me the story about what they called DeMarco Grace.
Yes.
Apparently, there's a story that you have about DeMarco getting knocked out. So I like to collect my DeMarco stories.
Well, he wasn't exactly knocked out. So we were playing Monday Night Football. First Monday Night Football game, and I don't know how long in St. Louis.
We're defending Super Bowl champions. This is Monday night first game.
So everybody's hyped. You know, it's about the second, third quarter.
Yeah.
D-line getting after him. DeMarco and Kevin beat their guy, and supposedly are going to meet at the quarterback.
Yes.
Well, the quarterback kind of got out of the way.
Who was the quarterback?
That would have been.
Let me look. It wasn't Plummer.
No, it wasn't Plummer.
It wasn't Plummer.
Playing
But
Arizona?
Terrell Davis was out there.
Yep.
It was not Elway. Or was it Elway?
No, Elway.
Elway was gone. Yeah,
Was it
yeah.
Brian Greasy?
Let me look.
It might have been Brian Greasy.
It might have been Grease. Okay.
So, of course, DeMarco and Kevin run into each other. Big collision. Boom. DeMarco's on the ground. Ride. Oh, I can't see.
Okay, wait, hold on.
So I walk over.
DeMarco, be quiet. Let Mike tell the story.
So I'm standing there, right? So I walk over top of him, and I'm standing right there, and his eyes are closed. Oh, I can't see. So I said, DeMarco, open your eyes. I can't stand you, Mike.
I could not figure out how to open my eyes. I swear.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
You had to be told to open your eyes to regain your vision.
It's one of the most dangerous shots in football when two guys meet at a target coming from opposite ends, and then that guy steps up. You collide head to head. So all you see is just a blink and a helmet, and boom, and I'm on the deck. Yeah. And I'm trying to figure out what the hell just happened. So I'm doing a full body check.
Is Kevin Carter a lot bigger than you?
Kevin's taller, and I think he might have weighed more at the time.
Kevin was probably about 280.
Yeah, I mean, we were close, but that's just big. And he's
big dude.
Yeah.
Right, it's like hitting like the Black Stallion.
Right.
when he doesn't see you. You know what I'm saying? So
sure.
So boom, I'm doing a full body check. Are my toes working? Can I move my thumbs? Can I wiggle? And like, I don't know where north is at this point. I don't even know. Am I on my face or am I on my back? So all I know is everything is black. I could hear everything. I just couldn't see anything. So I'm actually looking for help. I can't see.
No, not looking. that is very loosely
asking
used.
for.
I'm asking for help.
Yeah.
I'm in the middle of the ocean. I have no life preserver, and I feel like I'm drowning. Somebody just touch my hand so I know where the ground is. That's how hard that shot was.
Mike, did you say it just like that, DeMarco? Open your eyes.
Just like it was.
Just like that. I'm like, DeMarco, open your eyes.
And it was like.
And he says, I can't stand you.
But it was like, oh, yeah, just open your eyes. Oh, there's the world. But it was how he said it. Open your eyes, man. Mike, I hate you right now. I can't stand you. Oh my God, yes.
You guys chose an interesting line of work.
It was fun. It was fun.
Oh, but we had. I tell you what, we were playing in Buffalo one time. Remember? And Joe did this, and I did it like Joe.
Joe
did
Kelly?
It. Yes.
Oh.
So we're playing in Buffalo.
Let him
and
go.
This guy is holding him, right?
Yeah.
So I got this because both of us played with this guy named Joe Kelly.
He's the weak side backer behind me.
Yep.
So
Okay.
I'm the D tackle. So on a run, my job is to keep the guard off him.
Right.
So Joe Kelly's the guard.
No. Joe Kelly
Joe is a line. He's another linebacker.
Okay.
So it was a moment when I was young. Joe Kelly, this veteran linebacker, told me to just let the guy go. He'll take care of him.
Swim him. Yeah.
Just let him go. I'll take care of him. And there was a big kaboom, and the guy was never the same again. Joe hit him. So Mike gave me one of those.
Right. Because what they're trying to do is they're trying to hold him so I can't, so he can't get the ball and I can't get to it.
Right.
Yeah.
So I told him let him go. So when DeMarco lets him swim, them guys are off balance.
Right.
And when they get off balance, that's the It's a good time to get as they say, some get back.
It's frustrating on those combo blocks for those D linemen because I'm caught up with two dudes, right? I'm trying to hang in there, and this guy's trying to cut me, and I can't let him off. So I'm frustrated. So Mike, this dude, he just won't stop holding me. Let him go.
Okay, I've got two stories now where Mike bailed you out. You ever give him any help, or is he still owe you some favors,
I used to give Mike
Mike?
help because Mike said he played at the University of Missouri, right?
Yeah.
And he swears he was a running back.
I need pretty big running back, Mike.
I need to see film.
Well, the record books will state that I was the all-time leading receiver as a running back at Missouri.
See?
And I told him that numerous times.
No.
He never tends to look that up.
I need to see video, okay? Because when linebackers pick off passes, they suddenly forget how to run.
And Andy Reid was my O-line coach.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, Andy was my O-line coach.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So how many touchdowns did you score that year in 99?
Man,
how many takeaways did we have?
I got 3, and I messed around, and I let a quarterback tackle me.
You had 3 touchdowns in one season?
I would have had 4. And matter of fact, I was the first guy to intercept McNabb.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who was the quarterback that got you? Was it McNabb?
I'm going in to score, and he freaking tackles me, and I'm mad, and then Marshall comes out there, and he said, don't worry about it, I'll take care of it. He scored the
next play. But that's what he means. If we would have got up in that Super Bowl, we would have blown them out.
Yeah.
We would have absolutely blown them out. That's how good we were.
It is funny to see how often these games turn on a play or two.
Yeah.
Where if you just get that last shot, it's over, it's done. But if you can't quite get it, you let them hang around, and then they get one, and then they get another one, and all of a sudden, you got to make a play at the goal line to win the game.
See, that's what I think this team has turned the corner because they took control of this game in Arizona versus Minnesota, and they would not let it go. That was the problem early. They would not, or they would take control and give it back.
Yeah.
And then it wound up being a dogfight. You were at the game.
Yep.
You've seen Philly this year.
Yeah.
The Rams have to go to Philly. What are you thinking about this weekend? How do you beat the Eagles in Philadelphia?
How do you deal with
Saquon? I think, if I remember correctly, a lot of the guys were banged up when they played the Eagles last time.
Yeah.
Defensively.
Yeah, okay.
Defensively, the team that played them is a totally different team that you saw the other night.
Yep.
They're a totally different team. I think they were, of course, they were young.
Mm-hmm.
Philly had Jalen.
Yeah.
He was healthy. So there's a lot of different things that played into that game. You play them 2 times, it's a different game. You play them 2 times, I think McVay's he's gonna always have you ready to play.
Yeah.
So I'm saying that I really believe they have a great chance to win this game.
Mike Jones, Super Bowl champ, joining us here on Trav and DeMarco. And Mike, DeMarco said this to me earlier. He said there were times when he was playing where they'd have a game and they got beat up, right? They got beat. They got knocked around. Yep. And then he said half hour later, if we played again, it would have been a different thing. Like, I know what you're trying to do to me now. I'm prepared to go do it. And could that be the result in Philly? Like, I know what you're trying to do, and I'm ready for it. I wasn't ready for it now or then, but I am ready for it now.
That was the Tennessee Titans. When we played them that year, we were down 17-0 at halftime.
Yes. The Titans in Tennessee.
We couldn't have played any worse than we did that first half. And DeMarco remembers this. So we come all the way back, and I'm going to say it. We should have tied the game, and we had a roughing the kicker penalty that he didn't call.
Right.
Yeah. And our kicker was out for 4 weeks. That's how bad the hit was.
Oh, wow.
So, but they didn't call the flag. So we come in after the game, and we say, you know what, and we knew this. If we play them again, we're going to beat them, which we knew it had to be the Super Bowl.
Yep.
So you fast forward to the Eagles and the Rams. I mean, you're professionals, but they embarrass them. And, and when you get embarrassed, I don't care what anyone says, as a pro or anybody, you're going to want to come back and say, you know what, this is not going to happen again. So I think they're going to be prepared without a doubt, because that factor of them getting embarrassed the first time they played them, all these different things that happen. And the coaches are playing it up. Hell, remember when we played the Giants?
Yeah.
These guys, so our coaches comes in, and they got all these things about the Giants saying we were soft. And, I mean, this went on for 6 days. Yeah. From Wednesday till Sunday, all we saw was that we were a soft team. Oh. Man, all you had to do was say, roll the ball out there, and we were going to beat them. And so that's, I'm pretty sure that's what the coaching staff is doing with the Rams.
I annihilated them. They set the Giants up for an ass whooping, and they got it. Oh, yeah, they did. So it's possible. Yeah.
One last question, Mike, about the Eagles and the game this weekend for the Rams. As a defensive player, as a linebacker, when you're dealing with a guy like Barkley, who's got the speed, who's got the power that he has, how do you try to, I don't know if you can stop him or at least make it very difficult for him?
And I do this in all due respect to Barry Sanders. The first guy always has to run at that ball carrier. You got to have 3 guys. First guy, don't sit there and watch him. You run right at him.
Okay.
And you got your tackle angles and things you're supposed to do. But where guys get caught up with him is you watch him and you waiting for someone to do something. So you come off a block and you look, okay, DeMarco's going to make a tackle. You're going to make a tackle. No one makes a tackle and he squirts through.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So the first guy, when you get off that tackle, you run right at him. You might not make the tackle, but by the time he makes the move, the other 2 guys zoom and come in and get him. And that's what great running backs like that, that's how you have to do it. You can't worry about missing a tackle. You got to hope that you guys rally around him.
Pursue. More than one guy. More than one guy, definitely. Make it. Somebody's got to affect him and then get him on the deck.
I don't need
but
to
it's
see
all hands on deck.
A reverse hurdle again on Sunday afternoon.
What was the worst we got?
Well, think about it. If you reverse hurdles, that guy jumps, and the first guy misses, like I said, the other 2 guys are going to light him up.
Yeah, you can get power bump.
Yeah.
Who lit us up the worst? What running back lit us up?
I used to hate the Dirty Birds. I used to
hate
Jamal Anderson.
Jamal Anderson. Oh, yeah.
Jamal was a 4x4, and you could never get underneath him.
Yeah.
With a fullback that did not miss.
Yep.
Bobby Christian. He
Yep.
would not miss a blocking assignment.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. That was some butt-kicking days.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Jamal Anderson, they went to the Super Bowl.
They got hot in 98 at the end because we were always battling for the cellar. They got hot, went to the Super Bowl, and the next year we went and won. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. You guys had him twice a year in the same division at the time.
Oh, I forgot about Jamal. Yeah, man. For a while, best in the league. Yep.
Mike, it was a real pleasure.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Appreciate you coming in. DeMarco's old teammate,
My
Super
guy,
Bowl champ.
don't you ever tell that story.
I'm going to tell everybody
I
that
think
story.
most of L.A. already done heard it.
Don't you tell that story.
Open your eyes to DeMarco. The next time you and I are having an argument about something, I'm just going to say, DeMarco, open your ears.
Run into a wall as hard as you can
and
try to figure out where the ground is. Okay.
I made a better. I stood 60 feet away from the guys that were trying to hit me. I wasn't getting anywhere near where somebody could actually put their hands on me. You crazy?
Crazy. Wow.
It's a pleasure, Mike. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, more to get to. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Hey, play your perfect combination at Pechanga Resort Casino, Southern California's premier resort casino experience. This is DFAR. So, and why get yourself stuck in traffic when you don't have to? You can be at the best casino resort in Southern California in less than an hour. Pechanga gives all guests the amenities they expect of a world-class resort. Exceptional entertainment, dining, spa, golf. It's all there. Let's not forget round-the-clock gaming excitement. The casino floor, huge, like my pants. Just kidding. 1,100 hotel rooms, suites, spa, the golf course, 20 bars and restaurants, and so much more make Pechanga Resort Casino one of the largest resort casinos in the country. I can see you, Mike. Come see why readers of Newsweek and USA Today voted Pechanga Resort Casino the best casino outside of Las Vegas. So whether your idea of entertainment is lounging poolside or putting a great bet on blackjack, Pechanga Resort Casino is waiting for you right now. Call this number, 888-PECHANGA. That's 888-PECHANGA, or visit them at pechanga.com. Or you can follow them on Instagram at Pechanga Casino for up-to-the-minute news and information. Goodbye, Michael.
If you're able, please help people affected by the California wildfires in 2025. Donate at redcross.org/ESPN. redcross.org/ESPN to help the Red Cross respond and help people recover.
At Children's Hospital Los Angeles, we're a nationally recognized leader in pediatric care, honored by U.S. News & World Report as one of the best in the country. Here, we achieve amazing breakthroughs that change lives. From groundbreaking cancer therapies that offer new hope to young patients, to advanced heart procedures that save lives, we partner with families to conquer challenges and achieve extraordinary outcomes. Choose the best care for your child at chla.org.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. At Los Angeles International Airport, changes are arriving daily to help reduce traffic, save travelers time, and transform the travel experience. The LAX Economy parking structure is now open with thousands of smart parking spaces, as well as hundreds of EV charging stations. Modernized terminals have biometric gates for faster boarding, and in the future, the People Mover train will connect travelers to LA Metro. For more information, go to their website, flylax.com/transforming LAX. That's flylax.com/transforming LAX.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer. Our policy is to provide equal opportunity employment, development, and advancement to all current and potential teammates. If you are an organization that maintains a job bank, provides employment information, or gives job referrals, you may request to be placed on the station's mailing list for future career opportunities. To learn more about careers at Good Karma Brands, please email careers@goodkarmabrands.com.
Hi, this is Sean McVay of your LA Rams. The Rams play here. KSPN, Los Angeles.
710 ESPN.
A Good Karma Brands radio station.
This is the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Now weekdays 9 a.m. to noon on LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
Having a great time, taking a picture. You'll see that on ESPN Los Angeles later. I think you guys have a new best friend, Trav.
Look, we just got another great story during the break there that I'm gonna back pocket that one for a second.
Though, come on.
Next time Mike comes through town, he's coming back. He's coming back. I could do that a lot.
Bruh, the drinking story, I told you when we tried to get him hammered and we wound up running from him, that was all tequila.
Dude,
with no ceiling.
The Raider came out.
That's what he said, and that's a real thing.
Sure it
is.
is.
He's a Ram. We covet and we put a fence around Mike Jones. He's ours.
Yeah.
But at his core, he's a Raider. Definitely. Yes.
The
guys Howie Long, Ronnie Lott. Come on. Yeah, those are
You subscribe to what he was talking about that he, I now have known Mike for 45 minutes, let's call it, right? But you can tell he's a serious guy. He's a good guy, but a serious guy. Like, he's going to take care of his business. Even if let's say it's the Jets, the modern day Jets. The Jets are a clown car of an organization.
Yeah.
They lose, they do dumb stuff, blah, 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 blah. I think he's okay no matter where he goes, but you get a guy that's a serious guy and you put him around other serious guys, that's how you get guys that are always going to be on top of their stuff.
Yeah, that's the thing, and I keep having to say this, and I'm not trying to blow smoke. This team, this current group of Rams, they're very connected. They remind me of us, like how one group is together for one common goal.
Yeah.
And I think this team had been searching for just the one thing, that could bring it all together. And it might be what is happening right now in LA.
Sure.
It seems to be galvanizing this football team. It's more than just about ball right now with these guys.
DeMarco, take me through this, because I believe what you're telling me. And I believe what I saw on Monday night against Minnesota. I believe what I saw and heard with Sean McVay talking to his team in the locker room after that game, when you're talking about everybody's together, right? And because there is lip service where people talk about that, and then there's where it's actually happening. And I believe that it is actually happening with this group. Can you tell, as a player, or can you tell the difference, like between the guys just, hey, we're doing it for the city, and everybody's just kind of rolling their eyes, yeah, dude, can I just go home? Like, can you stop talking so I can go home? And then there's, hey, we're doing this for everyone, and everybody's nodding and listening, like, yeah, dude, I'm with you on this.
Okay, so that's what I love about doing what I'm doing on the sideline. I love calling games, but I love seeing the interactions on the sideline, because when you see the offense on the bench and they're watching the defense, I mean, really watching the defense, they're into what's going on, and a guy makes a play, and they jump, and they're so fired up. They can't wait to give the guy his dukes or dap him up when he shows up. And then the offense is on the field. He takes that. He makes a play. The defense jumps up. They're all rooting for each other, competing for each other. That's the stuff I'm looking for. When I look on the field.
Not reading a book?
Not reading a book. When I see a guy out there balling, like, let's just take Kyron. He's pinballing off guys, spinning, trying to make it happen for you, and you give him nothing, that's a disconnected football team.
Yeah.
And when I could care less what happens. That stuff bothers me. But when you see guys actively into what's going on, and they're watching it just like the fans are, and they're celebrating, boy, that's
organic?
how you know.
Yeah, does it just happen because you happen to get the right group of people, or does somebody have to light the kind of get the spark to get everybody going?
Les need that group, picking the right guys. When you interview them, it's not about the ability, it's about what happens above the neck and what this means to you. So you try to put as many guys in that room as possible. You're going to miss on some people, but you're going to hit a lot more than you miss. So that's important. Then it goes to the coach and keeping them motivated and standing on what he believes. No one is more committed to the goal than the coach, and you'll always see him pursuing that same goal. So that inspires you, and it allows him to demand more of you.
You know, I'm going to go back to something you said. Shoot, a few months ago. And you came in and said, look, Sean was in personnel groups. He was in position groups.
Everywhere.
He was coaching differently than he had been up until that point, just more engaged on a smaller level. Not that he wasn't doing what he's supposed to do, but since you told that, this has been a different team.
Big time. He's everywhere. He's I mean, sometimes you lose your coach. Who was I talking about? Oh, we were talking about Gladiator 2, and I told you I didn't like the lead guy. What's his name?
Paul Mescal.
It's like watching him, sometimes I forget who the star is. That's what happens. When Carl Durrell was at UCLA, who's the head coach?
Yeah.
I lose you on the field. Go to SC, you can tell Pete Carroll's in charge.
Right.
Same thing here with Sean McVay and being in everybody's drill. He's in charge, he's running this, and he's driving it. Not just running it, he's driving it. But all this doesn't matter because you still got to go face the elephant in the room. Philadelphia could care less. Teams of destiny die a lot in the NFL.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to play well, you got to match them, and you got to go at them physically. So it doesn't matter how you feel about each other or what you think your purpose is. You still got to go beat one of the best teams we've seen in the last 10 years.
Yeah, I think that team of destiny thing, too, it gains momentum.
Yeah.
You know, it does. If they beat Philadelphia, that team of destiny story, the narrative, whatever you want to call it, it's more real.
Yeah.
2 weeks from now, going into Detroit or coming back here to play Washington, whatever that may be, that it gets harder to bat aside. That if the Rams lose on Sunday, I know what everybody's going to be saying before it even happens. The high of the week wore off.
Oh yeah,
they did the inevitable thing, which is you can get yourself to an emotional peak once, but once you come down off that peak to get back up to it again is virtually impossible. Whereas somebody that's just kind of, hey, we're just really good and we're just going to go out there and put it on you week after week.
Yeah,
that's one thing. That will be the story. Whether it's accurate or not, almost is irrelevant. That's what they're going to say. But if they win, I think it actually is true, which is, hey, listen. We're building towards something. The city's hurting. We have the momentum of all of these people that need a distraction or a diversion, or however you want to characterize it, for that you can feel that and use that, and it gets more powerful the deeper you get.
I think you need to strike while the iron's hot. We've been talking about how this team's going to have to fit in with every other sports franchise in this city, in this state. It's hard. It's hard to find attention when you've got the Lakers, the Dodgers, and everything else going on.
Sure.
This is the time right now. If you carry this and you go and do the impossible and beat Philadelphia in Philadelphia, you'll be coming back here walking on air. If you can bring this back to SoFi for an NFC championship game, think about if you can do that. A lot of things have to happen, but number one is you got to beat them. Right. You could really capitalize and get in on that. But it's a weird thing, but I keep saying this, and if you're going to move beyond where they are now into a special realm of football, you're going to need Cooper Kupp. You're going to absolutely need that guy to be him and engaged.
Late factor cap. I got one for you. The Rams can win on Sunday in Philadelphia if Cooper Kupp catches one pass.
If he catches one?
Yeah.
Cap.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
And that's what happened last week. He caught one pass.
One pass. You got to have more than one target.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got to make them expand their defense and cover all 53 by 100. You can't let Puka Nacua and Kyron Williams do this by themselves. And whatever's left of Tyler Higbee. And he's going to give you everything he's got until he's thing.
Dude, he was going off.
Yes. What's the little thing from the Addams Family, the hand?
Cousin It was the hair.
Yeah. Thing.
The Thing.
Yeah. It'll be Thing Higbee. That's how much he'll give you.
Just a hand.
That's what I'm saying. So
for
all the guys, how I feel about Mike Jones and our journey, I'd be staring at him. Demand the football. You've got to be that guy.
And two things to keep in mind, too, about the Eagles from watching that game and from the kind of the way that they performed kind of near the end of the season. One, Jake Elliott, their kicker, off and on. He can be great, he can be terrible, and he's had some really stinker games this season. That's one thing to look out for. 2, they nearly went 2 quarters without scoring in the game against the Packers.
Yeah.
They scored off of that fumble, off of the
opening
muff pump,
kick.
off of the opening kick, and then they scored a touchdown there. They almost went 2 entire quarters without scoring. Okay, so if the Rams can capitalize as they go through that stretch again, I don't know. The Eagles are not world beaters like we saw them last.
The Rams need to
some of that oars off,
catch a break, take advantage of it, and we got a game.
Yeah.
That's it, right?
Yeah.
Like if you just straight like head-to-head, position-to-position, and you played this in a vacuum where there were no variables, I think that the Eagles probably win. If there were no variable, but that's not how games are played.
Yeah.
They're played in the real world. There's weather, there's bad bounces, people get pressure, people make bad decisions, and when a bad decision is made with your opponent, you need to take advantage of it.
Yes.
When you have an opportunity to put them in a bad position, you need to make a play. And all of these things that you're talking about. Like Mike Jones was just sitting here talking about that play. He's like, I wasn't worried about it. I was going to kill him.
Yes.
Like, great. We got him right where we want him.
You know who scares me the most this week? It's not Saquon. It's actually Hurts. Jalen Hurts scares me the most.
Why?
Because Saquon is going to take the ball and try to – it's a rush attempt. Either you tackle him or you don't. Jalen Hurts is a guy where you have everything sewed up, everybody's covered, and he breaks contain and picks up a first down.
Yeah.
Not only does he stay on the field, it just breaks your will mentally.
Yeah.
And he can do it over and over, and he seems to be unflappable no matter what you do to him. Yeah.
This has been said a million times, but the Eagles get to play a slightly different game than everybody else because they're first in 8.5.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like they're not first and 10. They're first and 8.5, or maybe first and 8 every time they do it.
Wow,
they
put that out there.
They can get that yard and a half virtually every time they need it.
I'm going to sell it for JB. So it comes down to a 4th and 1 stop.
Yeah.
To win it or lose it.
Yeah.
Either they get the first down and win the game, or you stop them and give it back for an opportunity. Tush push versus the Rams and what they're carrying.
Yeah.
Who wins that battle? Find out.
I'm going to need to see the tush push get stopped. It
hasn't been yet. Yeah, I know.
It is as close to it. It's the only other thing that I remember, and he would miss occasionally, but he was always able to get to it when he.
Palomalu?
No, Kareem Skyhook.
Oh, yeah,
like, Here it comes. He may miss it, but you're not preventing him from getting to it.
No.
And if they're going to line up and run that play, at 3rd and 3, they're getting 3 yards in the next 2 plays. They can just run it 2 times in a row. It's gonna work
unless they don't. Unless you stop them, and it could come down to that.
It is, believe it or not, 62 days from opening day for the Dodgers in Japan, and I got some numbers for you that are going to make you go, "This is
just
dumb."
Played the World Series.
62 days. 62 days from the first pitch of the
Wasn't
regular
the
season
parade
for the
yesterday?
Dodgers. I had a good time at that parade. That was good. It's coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN. You got the sticker on your car? Maybe I'm upper left. Some people are upper right. Sometimes weirdos will go low left. A little sticker that tells you, hey, it's time to get your car serviced. If you're ready, going into your neighborhood, Valvoline Instant Oil Change, home of the 15-minute drive-through oil change, because they can hook you up with a lot of stuff. We're talking oil changes, tire rotations, transmission care, wipers, right? My car actually is making that sound right now. I got to get to Valvoline and get it squared away. Just pull up, drive in, and drive out in about 15 minutes. And there's all sorts of spots. Wherever you are right now, there's one close. There are 80 locations in and around Southern California ready to get your ride ready for the road in no time at all. Here's how you find one. SoCalOilChange.com. They'll show you the closest one. Plus, you can get some game-winning coupons off of your next Valvoline Instant Oil Change. You don't have to get out of the car. You sit there nice and relaxed while the expert technicians hook you up. Make sure your ride is running at its absolute best. That's SoCalOilChange.com. Find your spot and get some game-winning coupons off of your next Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
If you're able, please help people affected by the California wildfires in 2025. Donate at redcross.org/ESPN. redcross.org/ESPN to help the Red Cross respond and help people recover.
Next Gen is the official plumbing, heating, and AC company of SoCal sports fans. That's right. Next Gen is the absolute best in the biz with thousands of 5-star reviews online to prove it. Looking for an all-star deal on home comfort? Call Next Gen. For just $14.99 a month, you'll score year-round coverage on all of your plumbing, heating, and AC needs. You heard it right. For just $14.99 a month, you'll experience coverage and comfort all season long. No unexpected timeouts, just total peace of mind. As a Next Gen member, you'll enjoy complimentary multi-point inspections, cooling tune-ups, plumbing and safety inspections, and exclusive members-only savings. Plus, you'll have a VIP guaranteed 2-hour priority service appointment. Sign up today to become a NextGen VIP. Don't miss out. Call 833-3NEXTGEN. NextGen is the only name you need to remember for comfort and reliability all season long. That's 833-3NEXTGEN or visit nextgenaironplumbing.com.
NEXGEN, call 833-3NEXTGEN.
Hey guys, it's Cappy. You've heard me talk about my personal situation with my divorce and subsequent custody battle in the past, and I know that you need a team behind you to get the justice you deserve. My friend Mark Reel and his team at Real Fathers Rights are here to help you guys. Visit realfathersrights.com/710. That's REEL, realfathersrights.com/710, or call 323-870-1611. That's 323-870-1611. Real Fathers Rights. The Father's Rights.
One thing that's never been done. Every game, every play, every second matters more than the one before it. And when the confetti falls, only one team will have done something that no other team in the history of college football has ever done. Ever. The College Football Playoff National Championship, January 20th on ESPN.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. Now mornings, 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN. Your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
That makes total sense.
The Saints expected to make a push for Aaron Glenn for their head coaching position, according to ESPN. That's what we're seeing on TV right now. It feels like he's going to get a job this cycle.
It seems like it, yeah. I mean, but that actually fits. That works. That's a fan base that would accept him.
But the Saints one of the worst jobs out there. They don't have a quarterback. They're in limbo. They're not really good.
Yeah, they're kind of buried in the South right now.
They're in a weird spot. So the case that Emily makes is the case against the Saints. Namely, it's Derek Carr. They don't have a ton of for now.
Yeah.
The case for the Saints is they're in a bad-ish division, so it doesn't take a lot to kind of jump to the top.
Yeah.
A gettable division. That's a better way of saying it. The other part, Mickey Loomis, their GM, he's pretty good. And they don't have a ton of ownership that interferes a whole bunch. They're kind of left to their own devices, which I think would be appealing. You
can build under the radar in New Orleans.
Yeah,
and he's a defensive-minded coach, and you think they're gonna reevaluate that quarterback position at some point and probably change gears.
You have to. Derek Carr might be okay to
draft your own guy. Yeah.
The best days of his career are in the rearview mirror.
Pretty much.
He's not going to all of a sudden show up and like, wow, they got the guy.
Trade Kamara?
They're kind of like the Steelers.
They just re-signed him.
I know. Trade Kamara to a contender.
Yeah, this always gets into
like CMC, man. When he switched teams, that changed everything.
It did. That's a good point. That is a good point. But teams seem to be reluctant to pay big for certain positions, and that's one of those positions.
I might do it with Kamara because he's also a receiving threat. He's not just a running back.
He's legit. I don't know if he's quite CMC, but he's damn good.
He could change the math for some division if he switches.
I'd put it to you this way, and all what you'd have to give up aside. If all of a sudden you just told me, hey, Alvin Kamara's on the Rams, I'd be like, great.
Yeah.
That's great news.
Alvin Kamara's now in San Francisco. Oh, no.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Great.
Right, here we go again.
No, that's for sure. Can I be a sap for a second?
Sure. Like sap or like
no, like just,
Spanish sap?
No, seep, not SAP, not SAP, not secondary audio. I love seeing you talk with your old teammates.
Do you really?
I really do.
That's my dude, man.
It hits me.
Yeah.
I really, really like it.
He was right behind me. We traveled together. So every block that I saw, I'm taking this for you, or if I miss, I'm got to make the play for him.
Those that they said, just let him go, man. I got it.
Oh, dude.
I love that.
Yeah, man.
I really love that. That's one of those things, in baseball you don't get to hit people.
Yeah.
Except for when you get to hit people.
Yeah.
And
you know what it is.
It's one of those guys.
I'll take care of it.
I got it.
Yeah. I'll take care of it.
You don't have to say anything else. I got this.
right. That's
Big Mike. He's going down.
Yep. And I had one more. I had London Fletcher right next to him.
Yeah.
Same way. Oh yeah. We called ourselves 3 the hard way. 4 with Mike. Me, Ray, London, and Mike Jones. We're the interior, we're the middle, we're the spine of the defense, and we ain't going nowhere. And we protect each other.
And it shows.
Yes.
It shows, and I love it when you see a group of, I'm a man, so it speaks to me, but when you see a group of men together that express their affection for one another the way that we do it.
Yeah.
We do it in a very specific way.
Oh, yeah.
But it's obvious. It's also very clear and obvious to people that know what they're looking for. That you guys.
You're getting sappy.
I am, but we don't get to see it very
you're
often.
Sappy.
It is, but it's terrific. I love it.
I forgot to ask him. I cannot believe it's been 25 years. Like the parade, it feels like it was yesterday.
Yeah.
That Super Bowl feels like it was like last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, like we're walking off the field heading
You
to the parade.
may want to clear your calendar for another parade, by the way.
For the Rams or not for the Lakers?
I mean, maybe for the Rams, but not for the Lakers. No, you can take that day. The Dodgers. So today's the day.
Really?
Today's the day that the Roki Sasaki window opens. They can officially sign him today.
So every team can try to sign him?
Yes, but he's narrowed it to 3, basically. There are 3. The Giants, they tapped him at. The Yankees tapped him at. The Mets tapped him at.
Too much money?
No, because he's virtually free. By baseball terms, he's virtually free. They have been told,
free to go anywhere, or free as in I get him for free.
You get him for free,
really?
Because he's not a free agent. He the way that this is set up, the reason this is such a weird deal, and the reason Yamamoto got his $300 million is he spent, I believe it's 5 years in the Japanese league. It might be 6, and then he becomes what's basically a free agent. You got to go pay him. He can go wherever he wants, but you got to pay him. Roki Sasaki was still under control of his team in Japan, in the NPB, excuse me. And so they are basically saying we're posting him. They get a little bit of money, and he gets a little bit of money, but he's still under team control. So this is why the Angels got Ohtani.
They're loaning him to you?
No, he's yours, but you don't have to pay for him yet. He comes in as something that's not technically, legally speaking, a free agent. He comes in. They're going to get him for a couple $1 million.
Does this make sense to you?
It's the rules.
I know. Does this make sense to you?
It doesn't, but if that's the rule,
it doesn't make logical sense, but these are the rules. It's like when you come into the baseball, right? He hasn't served enough time to be a free agent yet. So, but they usually don't come to the American major leagues until they can break the bank.
When can he break the bank?
It would take another 2 or 3 years. I'd have to double check. It's either 2 or 3. So he wants to come here. This is the best league in the world. I want to be here. The team agreed to it.
Yeah.
So he's coming here. So it's not like the Dodgers who say, "Hey, we'll give you $500 million," and the Yankees will go, "We'll give you $600." It's everybody's got their international signing bonus money.
Yeah.
It's a pool of money. Everybody's is the same.
It's not money.
Roughly.
It's just where he wants to play.
Where he wants to go.
Okay. What's the other 2 teams? Dodgers, Padres.
Yeah.
And
Toronto.
Wow. Who's Toronto have?
They're pretty good.
No, I mean Japanese player wise.
They have they have one, but that's I'm blanking on his name at the moment.
Okay,
but
that tells me what I need to know.
It's not a play to go play with other obviously San Diego has Darvish.
Yeah,
and the Dodgers have.
I'm sure that's part of his decision.
Well, I think Kawasaki.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. I had one.
I think it depends on this. Yeah. And by the way, we can talk about it.
I had one.
He's coming to the Dodgers. You had a motorcycle
I did have a Kawasaki.
made by the Kawasaki manufacturing industry. You did not own a man named Kawasaki.
I'm just saying. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. But he's going to come to the Dodgers. This is much like the Dodgers were circling Ohtani all the way back to high school, and just circumstances didn't allow him to come to the Dodgers. One, he decided he wanted to play in Japan, first of all. And then when he came here, the DH did not exist in the National League at the time, and he wanted to hit. He wanted to do both, so that eliminated all the National League teams, et cetera, et cetera. The Dodgers and Sasaki have been circling each other for a while. I'm virtually certain it's going to happen. Okay?
Okay. I wonder.
Can I just throw some numbers at you?
I hope with what's going on with the fires doesn't change his mind, because there's a lot of anti-California sentiment right now.
Yeah, there's also and I think the other part of it is does he want to blaze his own path as I want to go do this on my own, which would be Toronto, or maybe to a lesser degree Toronto.
Would, man.
I get that.
If you get the Padres to the World Series or the Blue Jays to the World Series, I'm sure they're going to be talking about you. If you get on this ride with the Dodgers and go to another one, like I said, you may get lost in the dynasty.
I don't think that's likely, but I understand your point.
Yeah,
but think about it. They're talking about that dude right now.
How much are you going to talk? But how much do you talk about him if Shohei is balling, Mookie's balling, Yamamoto
I'll do what I did yesterday. When Yamamoto showed up and beat the Padres in Game 5 of the NLDS, were we talking about Mookie?
No. We're talking about him.
When Freddie Freeman hit the home run, were we talking about Shohei?
Yes, but that's...
No, we weren't. We're talking about Freddie.
we're months out.
Yeah,
we're months out. But
if you deliver... When Walker Buehler, Are You Entertained, did we talk about Blake Trinan? No, show up and do your thing. We're going to love you.
Maybe 5-10 years from now, and we're talking about this World Series, who was that guy? What was that guy's name that did the thing? Oh, that was Walker Buehler.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
Freddie Freeman's going to be there forever.
So's Walker Buehler. So's Ohtani. So's Mookie. By the way, so's Blake Trinan. You don't win the World Series without Blake Trinan.
Blake Trinan will travel for more than 5 years.
Yeah. 1,000%.
1,000%.
Yes.
More than 5 years.
100,000.
We're never going to forget his name.
Never's a long time.
If you win 2 more World Series.
Never's a long time. That's like me not drinking to the end of the year, but it's a long time. But okay, I want to.
Yeah.
2 things. You know what? Let's 2 things very quickly. Here is what the Dodgers have. I'm not even going to put Sasaki in here. Okay, let's say Sasaki decides to go somewhere.
He wants to go bang out in Toronto. Yeah.
So what the Dodgers have as far as starting pitch, I'm not even going to mention a reliever's name.
Okay.
Ohtani. Ace.
Yeah.
Yamamoto. Ace. Blake Snell. Ace. Tyler Glasnow. Ace. That's 4 guys.
Yeah.
Okay. Clayton Kershaw. Hall of Famer. Maybe not what he once was, but still highly effective.
Still Clayton Kershaw, yeah.
Landon Knack, Tony Gonsolin, Dustin May, Bobby Miller. That's 9 pitchers that are somewhere between ace and
really good
quality major. 9
of them.
Throw Roki Sasaki in there, that makes 10.
You're proving my point.
Let me throw this in there.
Yeah.
Let's say,
one of 10 if you come here.
Let's say Sasaki, you're 1 of 1 on the night you go stand out there.
But you're 1 of 10.
Nope. 1 of 1 on that night. Here's the thing. Ohtani, Yamamoto, Snell, Glasnow. Let's throw Sasaki in there. That's 5. One of those guys goes to the bullpen in the postseason.
Right.
One of those guys. You're sending a number 1. Hey, we don't have enough space for you. You're going down there. That's
an embarrassment of riches.
That is how loaded this pitching staff could potentially. Now, not all 5 of those guys are going to be healthy. If you told me right now, is Tyler Glasnow going to be healthy at the end of the line, I would bet against it.
If all those guys stayed healthy and pitched to the best of their ability, is there any way Sasaki is in the Cy Young category?
Sure.
How do you get through all that?
Because
if all those guys are aces.
Because they don't go and share the ball on the same night. You all get your own turn.
Yeah.
You all get your own turn.
I'm just thinking, how do I stand out if everybody's balling? Because this team is loaded.
They are.
Not only with good players, good pitchers, loaded with stars.
Especially with pitchers, you're not sharing the load on that night.
Yeah.
I'm out there by myself. I
got
am
you.
on the stage alone. I'm singing this song.
I'm just thinking in
by
totality,
myself.
how do I stand out in a room full of stars?
I understand it. And I think the fact that he might not have to is intriguing. We'll talk about that coming up in a little bit. I get what you're saying, but I think it actually can kind of cut the opposite way. That's coming up in just a little bit. Plus, we got a little hot and cold straight ahead. It's 710 ESPN. Also, the fires are still burning. And the winds are expected to kick up again, and people are still in need of a lot of help. So if you are able, please help people that have been affected by these fires here in 2025. Donate at redcross.org/ESPN. That's redcross.org/ESPN to help with the Red Cross response and help people recover from these devastating fires.
Steve Mason and John Ireland.
Mason and
With the devastating fires that have struck Southern California, there are options for you if you're dealing with food insecurity. It is the LA Regional Food Bank. You can go to lafoodbank.org/fire. We are also looking for collections from you. All kinds of stuff needed for people that are dealing with the fire right now. Please join us in helping our friends and neighbors who are dealing with this tragedy.
Who brightens your day. Tell us who's smiling and you could win some awesome prizes like sweet tickets from ESPN LA, Sonic Care electric toothbrushes, whitening treatment, and a grand prize of Invisalign from Beverly Hills Ortho. Enter now at ESPNLA.com and remember you're always smiling at Beverly Hills Orthodontics.
Every 40 seconds a child is reported missing. That's 2,000 children every single day. It's a heart-wrenching reality that we can no longer ignore. Find the Children is a non-profit organization dedicated to helping find missing kids. You can be a part of their mission by donating your unwanted vehicle, running or not. Call 1-800-294-0222. We guarantee that you will receive the maximum tax deduction. We provide fast, free pickup with 24-hour response. Call 1-800-294-0222. Find the Children provides crucial resources to help find missing children and educational materials to teach kids how to recognize and avoid predators. Our recovery programs have a proven track record of reuniting kids with their families. It's time to act. Donate your unwanted or unused car. Help us build a world where every child is safe. Pick up the phone and call 1-800-294-0222. Together, we can bring these kids home safely. This advertisement was paid for in partnership with Cars R Us and Find the Children.
As you know, we've welcomed a new partner here at 710 ESPN, Next Gen. Next Gen, the official AC, heat, and plumbing company of SoCal sports fans.
You're as cold as ice.
Call 833-3-NEXTGEN, NEXGEN, or visit nextgenairandplumbing.com. Time for our feature we do 3 days a week. Who's hot? Who's cold? Thanks to Next Gen. Boy, time for Who's Hot? Who's Cold? Take it away, Producer M.
All right. Aloha. Everybody. All right, what's hot is the NFL on Christmas. So LeBron James is the special guest on this week's New Heights podcast with Travis Kelce and Jason Kelce. I'm sorry I'm bringing up the Kelces yet again, but
they're fun.
Have you guys seen the new show yet?
A little bit.
What?
They're fun.
The Jason Kelce show.
I watched clips. I haven't watched from beginning to end, but I'm sure it's great. But LeBron James is the special guest this week because he is from Cleveland. So are the Kelce brothers. So he fessed up to his feelings about the NFL on Christmas, and this is LeBron kind of walking back the NFL on that he said NBA owns Christmas.
Who owns Christmas? According to you, I love the NFL, but Christmas is the NBA's. We are sneaking in on that territory now.
I saw the numbers after the fact. You guys kicked our ass, all right? Okay. From a viewership standpoint, y'all kicked our ass. The games weren't as great as they should have been.
I thought it was a pretty good game.
Well, you have Beyonce come out there, Pat Mahomes and Travis. You guys go there and kick Pittsburgh. You know, when you go out there, you got your little brother and he may get beat up one time. And you're like, hey, we didn't lose that fight. We stand here. We didn't lose. That's how I felt. I had to stand up. I had to stand up for the NBA.
All right, so is the Christmas forever and ever now an NFL holiday?
No, not forever.
Until they decide to give it back, it's theirs.
The battle rages on.
No,
So,
it was a one.
Well, I have a question about that.
Yeah.
So, and he brought it up. He said you guys trotted out Beyonce. So without Beyonce, is the NFL still winning that battle?
Yes, yes. They could. Beyonce could have showed up at the NBA game, and the NFL would destroy them.
I'm just shocked. I didn't think they would go out that. Maybe it's because the product's bad, or it's a downtime for the NBA.
Every game in the NFL is important. Every single one. Every single one. Very, very few NBA games are important.
In the regular season.
In the regular season, and then you
might be a slight at LeBron.
The NFL is King Kong to every other television product.
Let's go back to Jordan.
Yeah.
In his heyday.
Yeah.
Is he going to outdraw? Is the NFL going to outdraw Jordan in his prime?
Yes.
I would like to see that.
It might be closer
versus whoever else is hot.
It might be closer. The NFL beats all.
The games on the NBA, it was the Warriors and the Lakers. Both teams are struggling. And the Suns and who else?
I don't remember the matchups.
Me either. The NFL won.
Do you remember who played on Christmas?
No.
Exactly. That's the point. It's
that's what I mean.
The NFL does not lose these matchups.
I don't think they have a matchup that's marquee. Anybody like the NBA.
You could put the Jags against the Jets on Christmas, and it would murder the best.
Jags and Jets. Come on.
The best NBA matchup you could put up against. Yes. What's the best? The Celtics
I'm trying to show respect to the NBA.
I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm just saying the NFL is a juggernaut. It just destroys
everything
I'll say
in its
this.
path. We'll see next year, depending on matchups and what the NBA trots out, because they have to step up their game. So as of right now,
the two best teams in the NBA right now are OKC and Cleveland, right?
How many players can you name on those teams?
That's what I'm saying, DeMarco. That's what I'm saying.
Right. I'm looking for a matchup. It depends on who you trot out there.
Put LeBron James against Steph Curry, which they did.
We've seen that before. That's what I'm saying. We're seeing that before.
You could put the Jags and the Jets on Christmas, and it would just stomp the NBA.
Wow. That's an indictment on where they are, yes.
So yesterday we talked a little bit about the sass from Troy Aikman in regards to the Monday Night Football
game. You like
game.
that word,
Can
don't
we
you?
use another
I
word?
like sass. I like sass.
Because you're sassy.
Yeah, they are being a little sassy.
How about grit?
Because grit's the wrong word to describe what they're talking about.
It's sass.
Okay.
But the Vikings home radio broadcast, they had some words to say about Sam Darnold's performance near the end of the game. And I thought I'd play a little bit of it for you. So here's the Vikings radio broadcast.
Behind him, Aaron Jones, Addison in motion to the right. Two receivers left. Rams blitz. Darnold gets away from it. Steps up in the pocket. He's holding it too long.
Just run.
Throw it, man.
Just run.
At the 25-yard line, he's sacked for a 5th time.
All he's got to do is pull that thing down and run and get as much positive yardage as he can. There were 5 to 7 yards easy there to be made. We saw Buffalo do this to him all day long because they're not always disciplined in their lanes. But if he pulls this thing down right there, he has a good 5-7 yards, if not more.
Right.
I mean, take what's there.
Right. Is that Pete and Ben?
Yes.
I think that if that's Pete and Ben, then that started well before the game. Oh, my God. I didn't know he went that far off on him. Because I told you, like, there are parts of Minnesota that says don't sign him.
Paul Allen is the voice of the Minnesota Vikings. That's Paul Allen. And Paul Allen had a moment a couple of years. He's been doing this a while. I think he's one of those guys that's been around a minute.
Yeah.
Remember that bizarre? I think it was last year. It might have been 2 years ago, but I think it was last year. Where that weird ending with the Vikings and the Bills, where they kept fumbling on the goal line.
Yeah.
And his call is terrific.
He snapped?
It's just, he's excited.
Yeah.
And he's invested. I was listening to him call a game earlier this year. I was driving home after a Rams game. It was a Sunday night game. And on the Sirius app, you get the home team, right? So I'm listeting to that. He's great. Like he's
fantastic.
He is letting it hang out there. And that's a perfect example of it, of him. Just get rid of the ball. Look, he held the ball a really long time.
If you could verbalize, don't pay this guy $60 million, it would sound like that.
Yeah,
that was. But I could picture JB and MJD getting a little testy, I guess, sometimes at the end of the games. If it's a close game, if they don't feel like they get the calls in the Rams' favor.
Oh, yeah.
If you are, on a team or near a team or work for a team or you're just in that universe day in and day out, you're going to be invested in it. And when it doesn't go well, you're going to voice that frustration. It's just, it's human
you're out
nature.
of practice, you're talking to the coach, you know what the game plan is, and then you see this guy go rogue. And it's like, what are you doing? It's right there. Yes.
It's like the Krusty the Clown in The Simpsons when the guy's spinning the ball and the goalie goes, it's just spinning the ball on his finger. Just take it. You know what you're supposed to do.
Oh, my God.
It's hard to do it. It's pretty
right
great.
there.
It's just get rid of it.
I wonder where he winds up. I really do. It's not going to be Minnesota. Sam Darnold. I wonder where he winds up.
Raiders.
Did they draft? You know, Sam Darnold, and if you draft Shador.
The Raiders, there's another one. I don't think the Jets would. The Giants are a possibility.
Steelers.
Would you want to go back to New York?
Possibility. I'll go. Look,
I wouldn't want to go back to New York if I'm Sam Darnold.
If I'm Sam Darnold, I'm taking the money.
I'm going to Vegas. If the money's close between New York and Vegas, give me Vegas.
I'm going to take the best financial situation for myself. This is his last shot at it.
I wouldn't want to go back to New York.
I hear what you're saying,
they
but
tore him apart in the media.
I'm going where the money is.
If
there's $5 million more in New York, I'm taking their $5 million.
See, I would if it's close, I would take anything to stay out of the East.
How long does he have to not go drinking?
1 year. 1 year, you can do it.
Game Day Comfort is brought and powered by NextGen, the official plumbing, heating, and AC company of SoCal sports fans. Just that sound it makes when it hits the table.
Oh, look at you.
833-3-NEXTGen. That's 833-3-NEXGEN to snag
you made a love song to a martini.
Oh, I can't wait to do it again.
Look at him. He turns into Barry White with the martini.
Again. The Dump's coming up next. It's Trav and DeMarco, 710 ESPN. Let's talk about Prize Picks for a second. I think I'm going to do a little Prize Picks tonight, DeMarco, with the Lakers. You know, because Prize Picks is just picking more or picking less. That's Prize Picks. You can do that, right? You can do the under on your player projections. You pick more, you pick less. It really is that easy with Prize Picks. And right now, you can win up to 1,000 times your money if you do what they're asking you to do. And that is sign up right now and use that promo code TRAV, T-R-A-V. When you do that, you're going to get $50 after you play your first $5 lineup. That's $50 guaranteed whether that first $5 lineup hits or not when you use the promo code TRAV. It is as easy as that. Prize Picks app on your phone. Use the promo code TRAV, and then you pick more or pick less. For instance, tonight, Chris Paul, let's say, 6.5 assists against the Memphis Grizzlies. You like more or do you like less? Jason Tatum tonight against Toronto, 26.5 points. More or less, that is Prize Picks. Get your app on your phone, put in the promo code TRAV, pick more, pick less. It's that easy with Prize Picks.
Mason and Ireland.
I can't either. I don't think I'm replaced.
With the devastating fires that have struck Southern California, there are options for you if you're dealing with food insecurity. It is the LA Regional Food Bank. You can go to lafoodbank.org/fire. We are also looking for collections from you. All kinds of stuff needed for people that are dealing with the fire right now. Please join us in helping our friends and neighbors who are dealing with this tragedy.
Transforming LAX. That's flylax.com/transforming LAX.
Now's the time to shop limited time doorbuster deals during Pro Savings Days at Lowe's. Save $50 on a Little Giant King Combo 6-foot ladder. Was $199, now $149. Plus, save $100 on a DeWalt XR 20-volt Power Stack 5 amp-hour battery. Was $199, now $99. Get these can't-miss deals now before they're gone. Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows pros. Doorbusters valid 1/13 through 1/15. Selection varies by location while supplies last.
Adam Schefter here with Vivid Seats. We've got some late-breaking news coming out of the stands. According to multiple sources, Vivid Seats fans are scoring rewards on every purchase and at a rapid pace. Obviously, these rewards are a game changer, and coupled with their MVP-worthy ticket selection, why get tickets anywhere else? Don't drop the ball this season. Shop with Vivid Seats and earn rewards on every ticket. And as the official ticketing partner of ESPN, Vivid Seats is offering you $20 off your first $200 ticket purchase with code Schefter. That's code Schefter.
It's time for everything we haven't gotten to today. Yes, it's time for the dump.
See, we could. I could put the martini. Although you know what's good in a martini?
What?
Sliced cucumber.
He turns into Barry White with martinis.
Yeah.
I'm gonna drink you.
Are you not a gin person?
What is my favorite drink, Travis?
Free, available, more.
Yes.
So gin is very divisive spirit. You either like it or you don't like it.
Who doesn't like gin?
Most people. Most people.
You like gin?
Sure.
Yeah,
I
no problem.
doubt it.
Emily,
I like it a lot.
Emily
like it a lot.
I like it
Okay.
a lot too.
beer
Ramona
guy.
really likes it. Most people.
That's
because
Like my parents never drink it.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's piney. It's floral. It has a lot of different stuff in it.
It really announces itself
Yes.
whenever it's being
gin
tasted.
and juice.
You will never have a gin cocktail and ask what's in this.
Okay,
will
you know it's
that
gin.
You will know
That's
it's gin.
very true.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
too
one of
hard.
those notes in there is cucumber. So if you take a cucumber, it's like some people like a martini with a twist, right? Susan, my wife, likes it with twist. I prefer it with olives.
Yes.
They're just wonderful.
You just went
salty.
snobby.
Yeah.
Notes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's cucumber notes in there.
Yeah.
So if you take that cucumber, you kind of rim the glass with a cucumber, slice cucumber in the martini.
Yeah.
Well, that's why a
Works.
lime is always great in gin and tonic, is because there's also lime in the gin.
Notes. Did you hear him? Notes.
When it comes to drinking, I can go low. You want to do some PBRs and cans
Look
and
at
sit out in the
you.
backyard?
Okay.
Let's go.
I'm with you.
We want to do some.
Let's get the taco guy. What's your taco guy?
Oh,
Flavio.
Flavio. Let's get Flavio. Party time. The sun's out.
Done.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go. Come on.
I need to put my glasses on. I can't read the screen. All
Uh-oh.
right, let's do some birthdays today. Oh, MLK's birthday today.
Yes.
Is
Weird.
Monday we observe on Monday?
I hate myself as an adult. I forget about some of the most important holidays because we get caught up in the day-to-day work stuff.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm failing my kids. This is something I knew up until I started having kids, and now I have to be reminded. Is that bad?
No, I think it's normal.
Or I need to carry a calendar?
Well, I thought you had one now.
This is new. This is 2025.
He hasn't posted the calendar yet.
Well, if you're
getting
gonna hand mark all your calendars,
Yeah.
Look, I don't mean to be this, but in here, it just tells you it's MLK Day, it's St.
Yeah.
Patrick's Day, it's President's, whatever the holiday may be, right? But if you're doing it analog style, you're gonna have to go in there and write it on.
I
there.
want
Monday's
to.
a federal holiday because of MLK Jr.
Yes.
MLK Day and the inauguration.
I have to do it.
yeah.
I have to do it. It's incumbent upon me to share that history. I can't depend on someone else.
No.
See?
Well,
I'm failing as a parent.
It's one of this. It is. I would stop short of failure. It's
Yeah.
a missed opportunity. I think is what I would say because you got.
When did you turn into McVeigh?
No. Here's what I'm saying. Is your daughter warm? Does she have food in her belly? Does she have
Yes.
a roof over her head? Is
Yes.
she safe?
Yes.
You're doing what you're supposed to do.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now you're also supposed to do the other stuff.
I'm trying to go beyond a C average. I want to maximize this.
I understand that.
Yes.
But you gotta make sure that her belly is full and that
Okay.
she is warm and
We got
that she
that.
has a bed to sleep in.
She should know this.
Yeah.
Yes.
Of course
okay.
she should. We
Yes.
all should.
I shouldn't have to be reminded, but yes. Okay.
There's your reminder. Emily, how do you plan to observe Pitbull's 43rd birthday?
Well, every day above ground
Mr.
is a good
Worldwide.
day, so that's what I'm going to do. Every day above ground's a good day, and I'm going to live how Pitbull would want us to live. Seize the day, just be out there, But 43, I would have thought he'd be older.
Older than that.
Yeah.
He's only 43.
It's the bald.
Is he
It's the bald.
claiming 43 or is he 43?
It's what the
Is he
website where I
43 or
get these
Dominican
birthdays on.
43?
Get some tequila shots, just go crazy.
If I would have told you
Dale.
just guess Pitbull's age, what would you have landed on?
I would have probably guessed 50.
50.
Yes, not
in
43.
his 50s.
Yeah.
Did he steal that from Scarface? Every day above ground's a good day? Pitbull?
I think it's probably just a saying.
Pitbull stole that? Oh, that's Tony Montana. That's not Pitbull.
I think that it's just something people say.
Yeah, it was actually Harris Hewlin that said it. It was
Well,
a
look,
cop.
so,
Yeah, Mel.
very few things have not been said at this point.
Oh.
Somebody said it first, and it's rarely the person that we all remember it
That's
for.
not his. He stole that. Yes.
How do we feel about this one? Pretty good football player, but a pain in our sides over the last few years. Deebo Samuel turns 28 years old today.
28.
28.
Another guy I would think that was older.
Yeah.
Yeah, 28 years old.
Yeah,
That's
looks 30,
weird.
I would say he was 32, 33.
Can you imagine?
He's my age.
Can you imagine a season without Debo and Cooper Kupp in the same division?
Well, we basically
I don't
saw it
think
this
you're
year.
gonna have to.
I know.
Yeah, I think you're going to see it pretty soon.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, Debo was almost a non-factor,
My
and
God.
so was Cooper Kupp then.
Remember when he punched the place kicker?
Oh yeah, look, this stuff happens fast. Where the guy that you cannot get away from, all of a sudden is they don't sweat that guy at
Yes.
all. It happens fast.
Think
in
of all
that
the
league.
diva moments you've ever seen where guys like cross the line do something stupid. I
Yeah.
bet they all played the same position.
Yeah, you're not a wide receiver guy. That's not your deal. Drew Brees, how about quarterbacks? He turns 45 today.
Breezy, 45. Is he? He's not in yet.
I don't think he's eligible yet, but he's got to be getting close.
It's under 5 years since he retired?
I bet it's right about 5.
He is eligible in 2026.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
First ballot. Yes?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Well, just
Oh,
making
yeah.
sure.
Right?
Look, I don't know
For
anymore
all
with
he's
the Hall
done
of Fame.
for that city, all he's done for that franchise, and you won a Super Bowl.
I don't know anymore with the Hall of Fame. I really don't. Watching Torrey, watching Isaac go through the process. Orlando Pace was not first ballot.
I hear you, and I'm with you on all that.
Yeah.
But it's different for quarterbacks. The threshold is simple.
And he has the stats.
Some people were mad Kurt Warner got in.
Did you win the Super Bowl?
Yes.
Were you one of the most famous players in the league while you were in there?
Absolutely.
He was both of those things.
Yes.
And that is an automatic ticket to the Hall of Fame.
To us, to people that played against, automatic Hall of Famer. To the 50 guys in the room, I'm not sure.
For guys like offensive linemen are a little trickier, right? Wide receivers are a little trickier because it's era.
Yeah.
It's quarterback. It's did you win? We're quarterbacks. Did you win the Super Bowl? Yes. Were you incredibly like Trent Dilfer won the Super Bowl? He was never one of the faces of the league, right?
Yeah.
Drew Brees was. Drew Brees won the Super Bowl.
One of the best quarterbacks of his era, no doubt. Should be in. Yep.
Today in I read that wrong. 1892, not 1982. 1892. The rules of basketball were published by Dr. James Naismith. A soccer ball and peach baskets were used in the game's original form.
No way.
Basketball was invented today.
1892.
Yep.
Basketball was invented.
Yep.
Wow. Naismith, he published the rules.
The rules.
The rules. I wonder how you come up with basketball.
Trial and error.
Trial and error?
Right?
Yeah.
Isn't that how you get to everything?
Well, we can't throw the dog up there?
Yeah, like,
let's
hey,
try this ball.
We're inside. We can't play soccer. I mean, I guess you can play soccer inside, but, maybe I don't want to use my – let's
try that.
Here's how I think every game ever has started, okay?
Hold my beer?
Kind of.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Okay.
I bet you I can hit that tree with this rock.
Ah, that's how it starts.
No,
Yeah.
you can't. Yeah, I can. I bet you I can hit it more times than you can.
Let's go.
Okay, and then we start keeping score, and then we
Yeah.
start. You stood too close. Okay, you got to stand behind this thing.
Right.
That's every game ever.
Is the most recently invented sport pickleball?
No, it's tennis.
Power
Well,
slap.
no, I'm saying invented. It's a new sport. What about lacrosse? Lacrosse.
Yeah, that's an old sport.
It's hockey.
Yeah.
Or
Well,
more
it's-
to the
it's
point,
a completely
hockey's,
different sport.
An
hockey's
offshoot of-
lacrosse. No, the rules are exactly the
Yeah.
same. It's exactly the same thing. It's just played on ice instead of running with your feet.
So is there no new sports ever invented?
Not in a long time.
The newest sport is power slap, and I hope that goes
Dude,
away.
I
Goes away.
hate
That's
that.
It's stupid.
I hate
Let's
that.
stand there and let people hit us in the face.
Okay, pickleball is completely different
like
scoring,
pickleball.
different courts.
You know what?
It's ball and stick. It's the same thing.
What could have been another sport if she didn't ruin it is breakdancing. It came to the Olympics. It was about to be a sport until she ruined it. Right. See? Now no one cares. It's gone forever.
Well, I'd like to very clearly, for the record, state I didn't care in the first place. yeah, I was never.
Hey, we
gonna
said
care.
that about the X Games. Still going.
Still, look, I'm not saying that you shouldn't care.
Yeah.
I'm saying I don't care.
Yeah, right. right.
If you like it, good for you.
I think if there's a separate professional league, it's a different sport.
Separate professional league,
Great.
it's a different sport.
Tennis, ping pong, pickleball, it's the same thing. George Carlin's got a whole bit on this.
Highlight. Let's make highlight popular.
Have you ever seen that in person?
I love that sport. That ball travels almost 200 miles an hour. It's crazy. It's the most dangerous.
And there's only three walls.
It's
like
insane.
It's a weird deal. Yeah,
Yes.
no.
What came first, baseball or cricket?
Cricket.
Have you guys ever heard of netball?
No.
That's the bouncy thing, right?
No, it's in Australia. It's where it's just one big stick with a net on top of it, but there's no backboard, and it's mostly played with women. And it's you have it's basically basketball, but slightly different rules.
Oh.
And there's no backboard, and the hoop's also in the middle of a circle, and not
there's only one.
There's two hoops. It's
Okay.
basically it's back and forth, but it's huge in Australia and New Zealand.
I've never even heard of it.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen Kazakh? Is it Kazakh basketball?
No.
So think of basketball
In
except
Kazakhstan?
in Kazakhstan. Basketball, except you can pick up a guy and slam him and grapple. It's a real sport. I kid you not.
Aren't a lot of those UFC guys Kazakhs?
Yes.
Yeah. No.
Google search Kazakh basketball. You'll never watch anything else again.
I want to go back to Power Slap for a second. For some reason, my algorithm fed me one or two of those, and I wasn't quite sure what I was looking at, so I stayed on them to watch this thing.
Yeah.
Now I'm getting nonstop, and I want it to go away.
Have you
I
guys-
hate it.
I can't stand it.
So there's probably a thing in the corner, like a little dots that you can say, I don't like this, because that's almost everything you can have. You can say, hey, show me less of this. Like Twitter has it, TikTok has it, and you can elect to have things less of that.
Guys,
junk.
jaws are coming off. It's I hate it.
Let me just stand here and you just hit me in the face as hard as you can. That's a sport.
And don't fall.
And don't fall.
Yeah, that's the whole point.
Well, they got two guys standing behind them to catch them when they get knocked. They get knocked
I know.
out so regularly that
Yes.
there's just somebody there to catch you as you're going down.
Yeah, that's
phone booth
not why
boxing?
I like boxing or combat sports. I don't like to see people get knocked cold. It's a
No.
part of the sport. I like the strategy of it. I don't like to see people just get knocked
I just sent
out.
you guys all top 8 netball goals.
Okay, I'm in.
I want to see
Also,
it.
look up phone booth boxing.
Oh my God!
No.
It's so
I've
funny.
seen that too.
Oh my God!
I don't like that either.
Then stop watching. Your algorithm will get it away.
I don't like that either because both guys lose in those situations. It's
Dad,
there's
I'm
a
gonna be a
reason
phone
a
booth
fight in a
fighter.
phone booth is an expression. It's not meant to be actually done.
They have backseat fighting.
No.
They have a bunch of different fighting things now. Fighting on top of a shipping container.
No. You know, I don't like that. I don't like that thing where people have to walk over the pyramid of milk crates.
Oh,
where they
yeah,
always
that's
fall
stupid.
and land on
Stupid.
the milk crates. Like this is
stupid.
No, give me Australian hoop ball.
Netball.
Whatever it's called. Netball.
Yes, it's called netball. Okay, I think you also can't jump either. They need to stay still. So when you watch the highlights, they look ridiculous.
Oh, this is funny. I like this.
I am out on all this. Super Crosstalk's coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
Driving my
by U.S. News and World Report. With nearly 15,000 surgeries a year, they handle more complex procedures than any other hospital in Southern California. That's major league expertise right in our backyard. When it comes to your child's health, CHLA is playing in a league of their own.
ESPN AM 710 Los Angeles. KRDC AM 1110 Pasadena, Los Angeles.
K256CX 99.1 FM Pasadena, Los Angeles.
It's the greatest segment in LA sports radio history.
Oh my God. When the shows come together for magic on the radio.
It will only grow stronger. Super Crosstalk.
Super Crosstalk presented by In-N-Out Burger. In-N-Out. That's what a hamburger is all about.
It's time for Super Crosstalk.
Both of them at the same time. It's a banner day.
Love
It's
it.
Mason and Ireland simultaneously walking into the
It's
studio.
a banner year.
Talking with our guy, Joseph Esnormand. He's in the house as well. Always good to see Joe.
By the way, that segment with Mike Jones, I could not turn it off.
Wasn't that great?
Yeah, it was so good. I mean, if that dude ever wants to come back, you have to let him.
Right.
Solid.
But Marco, I want to hear the stories that are in Travis's pocket, as he says.
Yes. No, don't you dare! Don't you dare!
It actually left
that
me.
is during the break.
Okay,
Come on.
it actually left me with a couple of questions or things that I don't understand correctly.
Go ahead.
There's a somewhat famous clip that NFL Films has where I thought you were not on the field for that final play.
It was a play before.
Okay, so that where you run over to Vermeil and Vermeil gives you a hard time because you're checking out with the minutes and you are trying to explain to him, Coach, I'm gassed. You don't want me out there.
My
I
mouth
can't
opened,
run.
no voice came out.
Yeah,
that was the play before.
Okay, then he put you back in after that?
We went back in.
Okay.
Yeah, he was Dick was out of his mind at that moment.
Yeah.
He was just hanging on.
Yeah, and he was yelling at you because you can't come out. It's the Super Bowl, and you're like, Coach, I can't tackle anyone. I have no energy.
We had wrapped up McNair. We had him for a sack, and he got out of it and picked up the first down and just absolutely gassed us both. Like, that was our last gasp of air. So Kevin starts to walk off. I start to walk off behind him. Kevin Carter. He's walking off the field, and Vermeil is just losing his mind. You wanted the game with 36 seconds to go? Like, Coach, we have nothing.
I can't breathe, dude.
Right. There's nothing there. It's better if you put in backups at this point.
Right.
Yeah.
So
they ran
I
one
always
play.
thought, and Mike kind of backed it up when he told that story, that you both didn't even know the game was over, that you were so tired. But then I was always under the assumption that when you came out, that you were not on the field when Mike tackled Kevin Dyson. You were on the field.
We
for
came
that
right.
play.
He got out of it. He picked up the first down. They ran. We came out. They ran one play, and then we came back in.
I was trying to think of a play in the Super Bowl. The only other one I could come up with off the top of my head was I just thought of another one. The Malcolm Butler play.
Sure.
David Tyree helmet catch.
Yep.
And that catch. That if that Mike Jones in this case, if Mike Jones doesn't make that play. The team that wins the Super Bowl is reversed. So Malcolm Butler, David Tyree, and Mike Jones are the only ones I can think of that because DeMarco, nobody else was tackling Dyson, right?
No.
Had Jones not wrapped him up, Dyson goes right into the end zone.
2 yards from the end zone.
Yeah.
He was right there.
If
think about it.
Roethlisberger misses Antonio Holmes, the Cardinals win that Super Bowl.
Right.
Kurt Warner gets 2.
Oh, yeah.
And it's interesting. So you think about the greatest show on turf and how great the Rams were. And, all those, you guys went to multiple Super Bowls. You were huge favorites against the Patriots. You end up winning the Super Bowl against the Titans. But if Mike Jones doesn't make that tackle, the greatest show on turf is titleless.
Would have not won the Super Bowl.
You guys call them the greatest show on turf.
Kurt Warner's
they
not in the Hall of
were a
Fame.
good team that was around, but they're not memorable.
They were kind of like the old-time Chargers.
The Eric
Racked up a lot
Coryell
of points,
Chargers.
but
It's like they were fun to watch, but did they do anything?
They lost to the annals of time.
So, DeMarco, I have a series of questions for you.
Oh, boy.
No, I'm making it sound more formal than it is. But back earlier in the
Deposition
season,
time.
when the Rams were struggling and 1-4, and there was a conversation about, the Rams have restructured Matthew Stafford's contract, and he could very well not be here next year, whether it be him opting to leave or the Rams opting to move on from him. That's all gone now, right?
No,
it's not.
No.
Okay, explain.
This is just the right now. When you get into the offseason, things change.
Okay, but
depending on how this season plays out. Like what Travis said, and I agree, and I'm sure you guys agree, if they go and beat Philadelphia in Philadelphia, they probably make the Super Bowl. If you go through that beast in the room and you beat Philly, depending on what's left of you after that game, if you get that rematch with Detroit or anybody else, you win and you probably go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But if you lose to Philadelphia, that brings a lot of questions.
Okay, but why would you? The Rams, obviously, the last 2 years, I think 10-7 both years. Matthew Stafford winning playoff games.
He's 37.
Why? Okay, but is it an option for him to just walk away, or in other words, retire, or would the Rams actually move on from Matthew Stafford?
Probably. Okay, so
really?
he's 37, and the way it was explained is he probably doesn't come back under this contract.
So
and
he's
about $50 million a year,
and he's
right?
not going to take a backward step. He's not going to take less money. So you may
there's the rock and the hard place.
You may get to a situation where he wants more than you're willing to pay.
But Mace, the other thing is, it's putting together an
and he's
NFL
gonna
roster
say-
is like
yeah.
a jigsaw puzzle.
Yeah, oh, sure.
So
he's
if
gonna
you're
say what you
spending
said.
that much money
Yeah.
on Matthew Stafford, it affects everything else you can do.
Where
now.
else are you suffering?
20% of your salary cap goes to a guy that's 37. And he's going to say exactly what you said. Since I've been here, we have won X, Y, and Z. You went to 2 Super Bowls.
Right.
I don't think I should take a pay cut. And he's
And
going
he-
to say,
and by the
and
way,
he's
he
gonna
wouldn't
say,
be wrong.
He's going to say, do you
Right.
think you're going to pay me less than Brock Purdy?
Yeah.
No.
He wouldn't be
Because-
wrong to feel that way, and the Rams wouldn't be wrong to say, listen, we're at the point where this stuff almost always starts to go bad, and you're asking to pay a premium, and we've got what we needed to get out of this.
Yes.
It's time to move
But
to
is
the
it
next
fair
place.
to say that he would be the best available quarterback in the league?
Hands down. It's just the.
So why don't we want him? In other words,
Money.
if the best yeah, I know, but still, everybody's paying quarterbacks, right?
Yeah.
They've got. There's a reason why they've got the most cost-effective, lowest-paid defense in the league, right?
Yeah,
It's to
because they're
make
all
room
young
for stuff.
They're all young, and you're going to have to start paying. You're going to have to pay Puka at some point.
Right. Oh yeah, absolutely.
You're going to have to pay some of
The
these young
cheat
guys.
code-
You're going to have to pay Kobe Turner.
Yeah.
The
That's
cheat
what I'm
code
saying.
in the NFL is young, really good quarterback that you don't have to pay yet.
Oh, sure.
Right.
And-
It's
and you-
Russell
and-
Wilson in Seattle.
But I don't see that guy
And
right
old
now.
quarterbacks you have to pay a lot of money
there's
to.
a bunch
Not
of
good.
them. Justin Herbert.
No. I'm saying I don't see that guy in the draft or on the market for this year. If the Rams were to move on,
Okay, I'm gonna say it again, and people don't like hearing this, but I'm telling you, the reputation Kirk Cousins has with fans and what he has with coaches. Ask Sean McVay what he thinks of Kirk Cousins.
Loves him.
Loves him.
You know, that if they could get Kirk Cousins for half of what they pay Matthew Stafford, and Cousins, remember, is getting a big check from the Falcons.
Yeah.
Okay, he doesn't necessarily need the money. Kirk Cousins would be the quarterback here next year. McVay
He was
loves
so
him.
bad this year, though, John.
Yeah, he was really bad.
I wonder if a year ago I would have been 100% with you. He just put together a season that was dog water.
All right, so think
Come
about-
here, let me work with him.
Yeah, exactly. Think about Baker Mayfield. Baker
Yeah.
Mayfield was done. Not going to think about Sam Darnold. Done.
But he wasn't old and he didn't
They
have
get
an
around.
Achilles injury.
They get around the right coach. If you go back and look at a picture of that staff in Washington in Sean McVay's last year, and don't look at the players, look at the coaches.
Shanahan, McVay, yeah.
O'Connor,
LaFleur,
both LaFleurs.
Yep.
I mean, they're all there. Kirk Cousins with Sean is completely different than Kirk Cousins with Raheem Morris, who's a defensive.
I
totally agree.
I hope that's he's still got some love.
But
But
the specifics of it, though. It's he's coming off an Achilles injury from a year ago. He can't. He's a fossilized.
He could be a different
he's
guy.
just stuck back there.
Well, so is
he's,
Stafford.
He's a lot older, but his play fell off a cliff. Stafford's really hasn't.
Yeah,
Stafford's
Stafford's really
play
gone.
is
Stafford's
still pretty
fallen
high.
to just mid pack.
Well, Stafford before that game on Monday, Stafford's last 3 games were below average.
Yeah, but do you think Stafford is mid-pack, or I mean,
No, his numbers. His numbers have fallen to
Numbers,
mid-pack.
okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
but
Because
no,
I'm
I still-
listening to.
I think
although
they'll-
Dan
I
Orlovsky
think he's
is a
elite.
former teammate.
Yeah.
That he's got the most arm talent in the league.
I think he's elite. I think he's a Hall of Famer.
I think he's
Some
the
people
best
want to fight me
quarterback
on
on
that.
the field on Sunday.
No, you've won that argument now that he has a Super
do you?
Bowl.
Yeah, I
do.
would.
Though the person you would lose the argument with is Phillip Rivers. Phillip Rivers has Hall of Fame numbers, but not even a trip to the Super Bowl.
I would put him in, just not first ballot.
Yeah, I would put him in not first. I think Matt Ryan gets in not first ballot.
Exactly.
Comparable
here's
yardage, blew a
Matt Ryan
28-3
won an
lead.
MVP too.
Yeah, he did win an
and
MVP.
Matt Ryan as an MVP, that kind of kicks you.
By
to
the way,
top of
Matt
list.
Ryan and Phillip Rivers, much better career numbers than Eli Manning, and Eli Manning's getting in for sure.
New York, 2 Super Bowls.
Yeah, 2 Super Bowls.
I got there.
The one I always use is if we were all living on another planet and came down and we were looking at numbers of guys that are in the Hall of Fame, the person you would look at, not knowing any background, is saying, why is Joe Namath in the Hall of Fame?
Yeah.
He had more interceptions than touchdowns.
New York.
And New York,
Handsome.
Super Bowl,
Namath.
and
Yes.
Personality.
called his shot.
I would say talk Stafford into taking less, if you could.
That's what you were doing.
That's the ideal situation.
Talk him into taking less. Yeah.
We were talking a second ago. M played a clip from Jason Kelsey's new show where LeBron was on and talking about who owns Christmas Day, the NBA or the NFL. We were going back and forth. Which draws a bigger number? The best current NBA matchup that you can find.
Well, what is that matchup?
The
OKC,
LeBron
Cleveland.
Steph game on Christmas was the highest rated
There you go.
NBA regular season game in the last 5 years.
Okay, there you go. And you put the Jets against the Jags up against it.
Okay,
Which wins?
I'm going to try and make this as clear as I can possibly make it, and I have data to back it.
I
Okay.
know what
You already
you're gonna
answered
say.
the question.
No, I have data to back it up. I looked the other day at a list of the 100 most watched television shows of 2024.
Yeah.
The first 19 were NFL games. All right?
Sorry.
First 19. Yeah. Then, you know what sneaks in there?
Like the Oscars or something?
Opening night of the Olympics.
Okay.
Okay. Sure. Then there's 10 more NFL games. And you know what sneaks in there?
The Oscars?
The presidential debate.
Right.
Okay, between Trump and Biden. And then you go 10 more, and it's the Dodgers-Yankees deciding game of the World Series. DeMarco, not only could – you're not going to believe me on this, but I've done the homework, and I worked at a CBS affiliate for 30 years. An NFL preseason game beats a baseball or NBA playoff game. Wow. That's how big the NFL is.
Yeah.
There's a reason that every network, now we can include the streaming services in this, is in business with the NFL.
Yeah.
It is absolute guaranteed money. I had a friend who worked at Peacock, and she was telling me that they paid $150 million to do one playoff game last year.
Yeah.
And I said, "You're going to lose money on that deal, right?" She goes, "Well, it was the biggest day when we announced it. It was the biggest day in the history of subscriptions for Peacock." And here's the and she goes, "And here's the thing. We track who signed up and when. 80% of the people who signed up for Peacock kept it."
Yeah, they didn't
because
call
they
the next
think
day
there
and
could
cancel
be
it.
another playoff game next year.
Right.
Yeah.
That the NFL is a ratings behemoth.
By the way, all that being said, the NBA did well enough on Christmas
highest
Day
rated day they've had in years
to actually raise their season rating above last year.
Wow.
So they had a very big day. There was enough room for everybody to be successful that day. No, the NBA didn't win, but they were in the game a little bit.
For years, DeMarco, you know this, that the Pro Bowl was a joke, and they finally killed it, and now they're doing like
it's still a joke.
Yeah, now
whatever
it's
they're doing
even
now.
more of a
Please
joke.
don't tell me the Pro Bowl outdrew.
The reason they kept it for 5 years after the fact, it was the #1 rated show on that day for 10 years.
I know we're up against it. What is the marquee matchup in the NBA?
Probably, we saw it this week. It was probably OKC Cleveland,
yeah,
right?
but those
player-wise
marries are too small.
Oh, player-wise.
It's right now. It's still LeBron, Steph.
Okay,
but it could change. Like Wemby and Giannis would give it a run for its money, but again, small markets.
Yeah. Okay.
San Antonio, Milwaukee,
big stars, big markets.
We can fix that.
Put Wemby in New York or L.A., and then that's the
that's ball game.
That's the ticket.
Yeah.
We'll talk Power Slap tomorrow.
No, we're not doing that.
Yeah, I'll find that list of the top 100 shows and send it to you.
DeMarco,
it's unbelievable.
Open your eyes.
Stop, man.
Open your eyes.
You should have seen the look of disdain on Mike's face while he was saying that. He's like, he looks at him like, DeMarco, open your eyes. and it was like, dude, you stop.
Yeah, he was great. You got to get him back.
I will say this. Mike Jones should never, ever pay for a drink in St. Louis as long as he is alive.
He never does.
Not in Farm
No
around,
doubt.
that's for sure. Super Crosstalk.